Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday Night Raw review. It's youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. I'm Joe Cronin. And, whoa, Raw just ends with a bang. I don't think anybody... We're going to start talking right away. We're going to get this going right away. I don't think anybody has sold as well as HBK since Seth Rollins. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, he has the best sell in the business. I really want to see Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler. That would be an amazing match.
I agree. I agree. And let me mute myself so we don't start getting feedback from the show like I do every week I do this. Every week I forget to do it. But no, yeah, he sells awesome. That was even, I mean, he sold two different ways to that knee now, to that knee to the head. And that one was, I mean, he got nailed. And then it was like after getting hit and falling backwards, he then flipped himself over onto his own face.
That was great.
He's great at that particular sell where he lands on his high back shoulders and then just rolls right over immediately to make it look like he snapped his own neck.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Like he sells German suplexes like that sometimes, and that's a really like classic ECW Japanese style sell.
Right, I love it. We got to get Seth Rollins in a pay-per-view against Ziggler or Bryan or somebody. Yeah. Preferably one of those two. You said you'd pay big money for that earlier, and I said, I don't know. And every time I see him, Seth Rollins, it just furthers, you know what I mean, the desire to see him in a main event or at a pay-per-view. See, he should be wrestling for the IC belt right now against somebody.
Yeah, when the Shield splits up, I want him to go far.
YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. If you're not subscribed there and you're subscribed to Darkest Days 11, you want to subscribe to YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Hit the like button right now on your mobile device or on your YouTube site or whatever you're at. Put that thumb up my ass. Don't put it down the tubes. Put it up my ass. That's where you want to do. And for everybody who missed CM Punk at Night of Champions, for everybody who missed what happened, he usually comes out and yells, "It's clobbering time!" Well, this is what he yelled when he was on his way to beat Paul Heyman's ass. Time to die! Like, it was hilarious. It was probably the only good part of the whole damn pay-per-view.
How about Jack Swagger coming down with that face?
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was the other part. I guess technically it wasn't the pay-per-view. It was the friggin'...
That's true.
You know, it was whatever, the pre-show. But yeah, you're right, to be honest. That was one of the better parts of the whole thing. Jack Swagger and Cesaro running down with the capes over their head. Ah! So, but how sad is that, though, when the entire pay-per-view, the two best things about the whole thing was CM Punk yelling, "It's time to die," and Jack Swagger running down with a freaking yellow cape. Like, I mean,
that's pretty bad.
That's not good. That is not what you want. Guys, let's start at the beginning. Tonight's Raw opened terribly. I thought this was the biggest garbage opening to Raw. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was a
You don't
snore.
like Angelo Savaldi?
No. I did like the 11-on-3 stipulation they made. But what the hell's going on, man? 1 minute Triple H is like, you know, screw Daniel Bryan, screw this, screw that. And now he's making a gauntlet match, and I get what he's doing, and I get what they're doing, but it's just very confusing. I do love Stephanie McMahon. I think she was brilliant all night long, but the beginning of Raw was just terrible for me. I started eating ice cream when the night began, and here it is now. And I think, you know, most of I ate more than half of the fucking box of ice cream. Because
is there some ratio to ice cream eaten to how bad Raw is that you have at your household or something?
I was so depressed in the first half hour of Raw that I just devoured super New York chunk into my belly, and will come out my rectum later tonight.
Oh gosh, wait. So what happened during Night of Champions? Then you must have gouged yourself.
I got drunk at Night of Champions.
Oh, all right.
So that's
he ate a rum cake. Right.
I wish it was a rum. I drank a bunch of random stuff like the whipped cream vodka and all that other crap. What's going on with Mickie James leaving TNA? Pope 2-1 rights. I think that's in regards to Pope the wrestler. I think she's going back to WWE because what else? I mean, unless she's done with wrestling, and WWE won't have her, I would see Mickie James going back to WWE. And I want to see her versus AJ, and I hope that happens.
Wow, yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. I would love that match.
Right. I mean, it's funny to think. It feels like yesterday. Well, for me, it feels like yesterday that AJ or that Mickie James was a newcomer in the WWE and I didn't like her, and now she's like a fresh of breath of what? Oh my God, dyslexia. Let's take a call before we continue to talk about Raw. 931, what's up?
Yo, I just got done watching Raw, and I gotta say, the main event didn't live up to the hype, you know?
Really? I thought the main event was the least of the problems tonight. I mean,
Yeah,
I
agree.
thought the main event...
I'll agree with you on this, because as part of the show, you knew what was going to happen. You knew they weren't going to let CM Punk get a hold of Paul Heyman.
Right. Yeah, very predictable. That part was terrible. First of all, I'm a Boston Bruins fan, so the whole Chicago Blackhawks jersey thing put me in a bad mood all night. So that really ruined it for me anyway.
For me, the only real surprise was Rose and Goldust jumping out.
That was awesome. That was great. I was so happy to see that. We all thought it might happen, but that was great. That was one of the better parts of Raw, too.
Although it was surprising, though, it was kind of lackluster. It wasn't as grand as it could have been.
Security jumped in way too quickly.
Yeah.
But you know what? I didn't mind that because it made it more realistic. I actually commended them for doing it that way because I was like, good, they never do this with the security. It's always like, takes a while. And it's like, no, if a fan jumps over, security tackles them. So for me to believe that these wrestlers are attacking when they're not wrestlers anymore, they're fired, I liked that the security was right on them because that's what would have happened if a fan jumped over.
That's true.
So I like the authenticity of it, you know?
At the same time, though, that makes that... Oh, go on.
My only problem with the main event was, throughout the shift, even at the beginning, you knew nearly half those guys that they said were going to be in the main event wouldn't make it there 100%.
Right, you're right. Like, RVD was like a joke. I mean, he was already injured.
And Kofi Kingston bandaged up.
Right. I think they had to keep Brian built up, but I thought the match was good. As far as, I think the only thing that saved the whole thing was the wrestling. The moves there was a lot of opportunity for a move to get botched or to not look that good, especially in the end with the Usos kick, Dolph clotheslining him, that DDT that Dolph gave Rollins was epic. I love Seth Rollins. Chris has ran and raved about Rollins, and he gets proved right on that every week. Rollins has a match, and then the Psycho knee kick to the head on Rollins. I mean, that sell was epic. Unfortunately, the camera was up his ass instead of a wide shot, which they need to stop doing that stupid zoom in.
You got to admit, though, Miz TV night was the lamest they've ever done.
Well, it was lame, but I did like him being punched in the face. I mean, that was the only thing I liked, but it was short and sweet, thank God.
I like that Big Show's just like, whatever. He just doesn't give a shit anymore.
Right. I mean, who cares?
No emotion with this one.
Yeah, so why did they do it? I don't know. Just to keep the stories rolling is what the whole theme of the whole Raw was, keep everything rolling, and that's it. What would you give Raw tonight on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say it out of 6. It wasn't horrible, but for now it's mostly just setup, you know?
Right.
The week before Battleground is when things are going to start. The week things are going to really blow up.
Right, I think you're right, and that's to make sure that they sell the pay-per-view. They're going to really have to hold things off until the last Raw to keep you. In fact, even that SmackDown might even be very impactful. I don't know though.
What do you guys think about the whole argument between Stephanie and AJ?
Oh, it's weird. First of all, 678. I know you're on. I put you on hold here. You're on the line. So hold on a second. I'll get to you. But no, the Stephanie with AJ is weird because AJ's playing this like double character. She's supposed to be the heel, but she's not. And I was furious when AJ got pinned.
What me out is this AJ actually does remind me of my ex-girlfriend.
Is because she's psycho?
Kind of. My ex-girlfriend's threats were threatening to castrate me.
Okay. I was threatened to be tied up and beaten, like, and stabbed and stuff. So that's close.
Who the fuck are you people dating?
AJ's psycho.
You know who I'm talking about.
The girl I used to take.
I won't tell. You know who I'm talking about, Tosevich, or you should know, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm not going to say it now. But I went out with her a long time ago. Anyway, but so no. I just don't like how Brie Bella was able to pin AJ in the middle of the ring. I mean, what the hell was that about? I thought that was ridiculous.
buried
I'm
her.
with you. The Divas thing isn't really strong at that point. They're trying to focus all their attention on this total Divas stuff,
Yeah.
which isn't really that entertaining to begin with.
Right. I thought it was retarded, by the way. And thanks for the call, buddy. Jaron, what do you think about this? I think it's stupid that they made the Total Divas look good tonight and clean win over AJ, who's the champion. Again, she loses. She's lost to Natalia. Like, what do you...
Yeah, I think it was totally retarded. I mean,
Totally retarded. I like that.
totally retarded. That should be another T-shirt.
Right.
I think, yeah, I'm speechless because I can't. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. I just can't.
It's stupid. It's you don't have freaking Brie Bella beat AJ clean like that in a match like that cleanly. Stupid. What is AJ supposed to be?
No one was even in the ring. Like,
Right.
2 people got ring time.
What happened? What was that? Stupid.
I know what I'm supposed to say now. This is ridiculous. That was the word I'm thinking of. I don't know why I could say that. Because it basically, in the story, makes AJ look like an illegitimate champion.
Right. And she's already lost to Natalia before in that stupid botch. I'll keep going back to that. I mean, she's supposed to be the heel, but then everybody kind of likes her. I don't know what's going on with this. It's clearly trying to make the Total Divas people look good. I mean, is Cena like jerking McMahon off in the back to make his girlfriend win? Or to make his girlfriend's sister win? Whoever it was, I don't even care.
Yeah, it would be Daniel Bryan's girlfriend.
Right, Daniel Bryan and John Cena with a circle jerk on McMahon. I mean, that's the only thing that I can explain why that happened tonight. I think it really made her look bad. All the stuff she's been saying and doing, and they didn't do it on a pay-per-view. So why do it? It just was out of place to me. Anyway.
It was strange, yeah.
Back to everything else.
Nobody watches Total Divas.
Right, exactly. And by the way, what did you want to talk about when you called? I totally forgot. I lost my mind there for a second.
I was wondering what you thought about Undertaker, because I think he's going to turn heel at WrestleMania 30.
No, I don't think he's going to ever turn heel unless he's on a regular basis with the company. His job will be the safe play, and the safe play is show up at WrestleMania, have a match, help sell the pay-per-view, and that's it.
It'd be pretty cool if he turned back to American Badass.
Somebody said that last week. Was it you?
No.
Okay, somebody else said that. I hope I never see that ever again.
Right. And Taker's got this whole old man legend air to him right now that you can't really take away from him. Like Dusty Rhodes, for instance, famous heel, but is he ever going to have a heel turn as Dusty? No, he's always going to be an old legend who will always be face. And Undertaker has that to him now, to where he's just always going to be the old respected face, regardless of any way you try to spin it.
There are rumors as well that's saying that Undertaker this year is going to be his last WrestleMania, or one of his,
Well, they say that every year, to be honest.
Right.
They do, but this is
Well, that's
kind of the one that we kind of believe now. So I don't think if Undertaker were to go this year, he wouldn't go as a heel, because he'll be like, "Oh, I don't care about any of you." That's like pretty much what heels do. Either they just like badmouth the crowd, and I don't think for Undertaker to leave and have like a big, grand finale, if you want to say it like that,
Right.
he wouldn't be heel for it.
Yeah, I don't think so either, and I don't think it just doesn't make sense.
Face Undertaker puts asses in seats, and heel Undertaker might not. And face Undertaker is supposed to be the saving grace of WrestleMania. At least people buy to watch that match,
I mean, I could see Undertaker coming back, and I mean, does it make him a heel if he comes back and out of nowhere shows up when John Cena has a WWE Championship match, and then shows up at the end of the pay-per-view and choke slams Cena like through the mat or something?
That would make him a face, in my opinion.
Right, that's the thing. Is that what you're talking about? Because then, like you said, he's not really being a heel. He's challenging someone aggressively. 347, you're on. I got to blaze through these calls here. We're getting a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yay, what's up, 347?
This is New York, man.
New York! I knew it was you.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, I'm just trying to not kill myself after watching that Raw.
He wasn't the first caller this time.
Right.
His record's been broken.
I was actually like checking the scenario out and all that and seeing everything. I was watching your show. I just called, and then I had a call because that guy that said the Undertaker was going to turn heels. This got crazy. Undertaker gets paid like $5 million every WrestleMania to just come out, kick ass, and leave.
Right.
I see it.
Yeah, man, that's what I think. He's going to come out, kick ass, and leave, and that's it. He's the Undertaker.
I think he gets $5 million.
You could see him doing...
Man, that's cool, $5 million, man. That's it. I'll do that anytime, man.
Right.
$5 million.
Yeah, I mean...
Man, but, I come from, sorry to say, but I come from, but Raw was pretty good, man. Dusty and Dustin Rhodes, I think they're going to be like the new renegades of WWE.
I hope they have some kind of thing like that. I'd like to see them take on, the Shield or something like that in one of those unofficial type of street fight matches, that's kind of predictable or whatever.
I want to see them team up with the Shield now that the Shield is kind of been slapped in the face by Triple H.
Oh, that's
like
that's
you said,
weird.
the new Renegades, put them all together, all of a sudden they have the Shield on their side. That's a force to be reckoned with.
That's weird. I don't think they would do that.
But that would be crazy, though, man. I can't front. That would be crazy. Vince McMahon is like a kid, man. He has a lot of crazy ideas, man.
Oh, yeah.
But you guys were right. Y'all guys were right about Seth Rollins, whatever his name is, man.
Seth Rollins.
He's gonna be the future.
Right.
He's athletic. He has the speed. He's good in the mic. He's gonna be good, man. That boy's good.
Yeah. I think you're right, too. He's going to kick ass. He's going to be good. He's going to be the future.
I do see him being in a U.S. title, winning a U.S. title once the Shield splits up, or maybe the Intercontinental Championship as well.
Yeah, I want to see him with the IC belt for sure.
Yeah, if only they could build the damn belt up so that we could have room for all these people who should be competing in matches that matter more instead of these matches that will never, for the most part, be remembered. Because you can't go back and say, remember this versus this guy versus that guy, but when you attach the title to it, you tend to remember that stuff more. And it's more important, and right now it's not. And
they give you better positions on pay-per-view cards, which makes it stick in people's minds better than if it's on a SmackDown or something anyway.
Right. Like I said earlier, too, I think Axel's in the position to hold the IC title like Honky Tonk Man did for like friggin' a year or two.
Get a pair of tights with the IC belt printed onto it.
Yeah.
The Intercontinental
Rick Rude
that was Rick Rude, yeah.
Rick Rude, yeah.
They made the Intercontinental Championship more illegitimate because, Curtis Axel's a champion now. I think they should make him lose it very, very soon because people aren't looking at Curtis Axel saying like Curtis Axel Intercontinental Champion. They're looking at him like Curtis Axel, Paul Heyman's bodyguard right now.
Yeah.
And I mean the Intercontinental Championship, with its importance, it became less important now, but like with
I
its
like that it's on
stuff.
TV, but I mean I like that it's on TV.
Heyman's almost using it like the $1 million belt.
Right, it is like that.
Yeah.
Which is not good. I mean that's not good.
No. Because that was an illegitimate title that meant nothing.
Right. Which is it's really not good.
Crazy, right? Curtis, he gotta lose that belt ASAP. Curtis Axel, he gotta lose it, man. If it's to Santino or Darren Young, man, he gotta lose that belt, man.
Oh,
Santino
cool.
for IC champ.
That might be just as bad. Though. Yeah, it would be just as bad to lose it to him.
Didn't he win it on his debut?
Yeah,
maybe.
The one against Umaga. Rest in peace.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, poor Umaga, man. Oh, they you know what? They need to. This is why I thought that the title should have been on the line against Punk, or it should be in the future because Punk could legitimize the title, and then, I don't know. Say that he forfeits the title. He doesn't even want it because he wants the real title. Oh no,
that wouldn't legitimize.
That would not legitimize it. Yeah, never mind. But they got to do something. Somebody has to carry this title. That that's going to legitimize it. And I don't know. Dolph Ziggler is a good guy right now. He's not doing much. Have Dolph Ziggler versus Axel. Dolph Ziggler wins it. Now Dolph Ziggler can wrestle Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental title. Bam.
I have a good plan for the IC belt.
Okay.
I say we bring up Bo Dallas because are you familiar with the hate going on Bo Dallas lately on the internet?
A little bit, but not fully. He won
the NXT title from Big E Langston, and everyone was like, "What the fuck? Why Bo Dallas of all people?"
Yeah.
And then they've been booking him like a high profile face, but he's got the whole Evan Bourne smile. I don't really have a personality type of character to him. So it's at the point where at NXT tapings, fans are turning their backs to him when he enters the ring.
Right.
And
They should have given the title to Coffee. Sorry to interrupt you. Kofi Kingston, IC champion. That's it.
Yeah, he's a good intermediate champion, but
See,
I don't think he could bring it to greatness.
Right, I love Kofi is a
real
good...
quick about Bo Dallas. So I say bring Bo Dallas in, have him win the IC belt, and just have his whole reason to win it is not because he has a problem with Curtis Axel or anything, but because he just wants the IC belt. He's always wanted the IC title. He really, really wants it. And then when he wins it, he keeps it, but keeps being that boring, just I want the IC title and this is all I care about and I have no other personality aside from it, to where he starts getting booed and we can't wait to see someone take it away from him because we hate how much he loves having it.
Oh, that's funny. That's a little complicated for the audience, but I like it. I mean, I like it. I hope it happens. Oh, New York, buddy. I'm sorry. I hung up on New York. I'm an asshole. My bad, dude. I didn't mean to do it, actually. But anyway, we're still taking phone calls, so phone lines are open.
Can I just say something about
New York.
this Raw tonight?
Yeah.
This was the most, I don't know what kind of word it is, but I'm just going to make up a word right now. The botchiest Raw I've ever seen in my life. Okay, did you guys see, there are botches / slip-ups and screw-ups. Okay, one, did you guys see Bray Wyatt's match when the lights turned out for about 3 seconds?
Yeah, I thought it was part of the Wyatt thing, but then Leah was telling me that it just happened randomly.
Yeah. Then second, this kind of just a regular slip-up, but Michael Cole on freaking announcing goes 8 days ago at Nights of Champion. Did you guys catch that?
You know
Not
what, though?
all?
I didn't notice all these for the most part. I mean, I noticed the lights going on. I noticed Heyman's mic cut out for a second at the beginning of his...
That was the third one, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not worried about those as much. That didn't bother me too much. You know what bothers me is like Natalia putting someone in a sharpshooter and then fucking up. Those type of botches. I've seen a whole Raw of those before, so this wasn't even close. I didn't really notice it. I noticed how boring Raw was. Let's get to the comments real quick. All the YouTube comments, not Twitter. Tweet my Twitter at Joe Cronin Show on Twitter. Follow me so you can see all the pictures of my privates. Let's see. Do you even lift, bro? Stephanie is hot. Well, remember her friggin' back in 1999 or 98? She was real hot then. She's 36. So, 10 years ago, man, she was 26. I thought she was 18 back then. I didn't realize she was that, older. Patrick Lynn, what's up, dude? Chris Rose, what's up to you? Glad you're here tonight. Let's see. A breath of fresh air. That was a while ago. Do you even lift, bro? The main event was great. I thought so, too. Despite what some of the other people have been saying tonight, the main event tonight was awesome. I'm talking about wrestling and excitement. Everything else on Raw tonight was debatably boring. And instead, we had a main event that was actually really pretty good that got me excited. Roman Reigns need a major push. I think Seth Rollins and Ambrose needs a push before Reigns, although I do like Reigns. Chris Rose, during the main event, I was sure that Zach Ruder, I think he meant Ryder, would be the first to be eliminated. Of course he would. He's a big jobber ass. Dillis Jam, SmackDown is better than Raw. SmackDown was better than Raw last week.
Yeah.
If you're counting SmackDown last week against this week's Raw, I guess. Dillis Jams, forget that. Jesse, I tie Stephanie up and... Okay. Julius Wright, I blame the PG era for the downfall of the Diva division. I agree. I blame everything that's bad about Raw is the PG era for the most part because there's not so many places that they can go. Dillis Jams, Taker will never turn heel. I never say never, but I don't think he's going to be turning heel anytime soon unless he's on regular TV. Did you see the Ascension as this era version of the Brood? What do you think about that? I don't know.
Yeah, there's kind of some Brood qualities to it. The only difference is the Hardys are much different. Are you talking about the new Brood or the original Brood with Edge, Christian?
Right. I would be talking about more the new Brood. I think he's talking about the new Brood as well. But whatever. I don't know. Cronin, check out my comment on your State of WWE. Benjamin, I'll check it out, buddy. Blake Rodriguez, I also enjoyed Raw. Might just be because of the drinks, though. I have noticed that, by the way. On the nights that I have had a bunch of liquor and then been excited for Raw, I have enjoyed it much more. Like tonight, I probably would have been losing it on the main event and thought Raw was like a 7.5 again. But no. No, it was not. That will not happen tonight. Both the CM Punk bit and the Goldust and Cody Rhodes bit were Attitude Era style type of things. Yeah, I think so, too. It's something that they kind of used to do. That's the stuff that gets me excited, and that's probably why. Let me see. Roman Reigns got pinned by his own family member. That's funny.
Okay, I see the Benjamin's comment. If you want me to read it, I have it right here in front of me.
Okay, you can read his comment.
All right, Joe. I honestly think that you're right. Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan in some type of stipulation, because the pay-per-view is called Battleground. There has to be battles. Maybe one of the matches should be 3 stages of hell or war games, etc. WWE has to constantly think what we can do to make this pay-per-view better or equal to the last one, and Ray would fit real well in the storyline if they planned it out good.
Right, I agree. So yeah, I think they had to do some kind of stipulation. Probably won't get added till late because they're thinking of what to do or whatever. I don't know. Or to keep your interest. They don't want to give it away so quickly. I think there's going to be something. Maybe not, though. Maybe not.
I think... go ahead, Joe.
Matt Knight, I just wanted to comment about him. Well, I'm going to let you comment first, but Matt Knight has a question about Stone Cold Wrestling, so I'm going to get to that in a second. I have an answer for him, so go ahead with what you were going to do.
Okay, just 2 things. One, I think what would make Battleground not seem like it's going to suck is actually have Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton in a 3 stages of hell match. I think that would be freaking amazing. Even though they already had one this year and 3 stages of hell are really rare, I would like to see one. Maybe instead of totally different ones than what John Cena and Ryback had, maybe, I don't know, a street fight and then a steel cage and then a ladder match. That would be good. I would love to see that. Second, I did like Miz TV tonight. I know a lot of people thought it was lame and boring.
I thought it was good tonight.
What'd you say?
I thought it was good tonight because it got right to the point. He got punched in the face.
Well, there's that. But then I also liked how Miz has been in this WWE Championship situation, where he was one of the people who talked smack about Triple H and was getting hate for it from the corporation. They were kind of pulling him out of that, and it was just all about Dolph Ziggler and the Big Show for a little while. I did like tonight how they brought Miz back into the whole corporate conspiracy against everybody,
right?
By making the Miz, curse out Stephanie, saying you can take your little what did he say? You take your what was it? And
I forget.
Shove it up your ass?
Yeah, I forget exactly what he said. But what I really liked about the whole thing was when Stephanie said, when we need somebody to open up a supermarket or whatever, or when we need a wrestler, you're a utility player, because it really hit close to home. Here, grab a bag of Doritos and smile and advertise the pay-per-view, and you won't be on it. So I really enjoyed that. So the anybody who says Miz TV wasn't good tonight, I don't know if they didn't. Maybe they didn't watch it, or they're so used to hating Miz TV that they didn't watch this one. This was one of the better ones, one of the best.
I agree.
Probably one of the top 5 because of the substance of what Stephanie McMahon said to Miz was real and hard hitting, and then he got punched in the friggin' face. And it was quick. By the way, so Mark Knight wants to know about Stone Cold Steve Austin if he's wrestling anymore. I have a little bit of news on this coming from a couple websites. He discussed a number of kind of interesting topics. The subject of in-ring return came up. Austin shared his feelings on why it might be a tough move to make for all you people who wanted to see Austin Punk this WrestleMania, next WrestleMania. Austin mentioned that it took a solid 3 years to get the pro wrestling bug out of his system, going as far as to say it was one of the toughest things of his life. He had withdrawals. He said if he were to return, it would take a solid 3 to 4 months to get back into shape. And after that, Austin said if there were to be a return match after it was over, what's next? That's the big sticking point for Austin. So that's a tough one. Also, Jim Ross is going to be on Stone Cold's podcast on Tuesday.
I can't wait for that.
So that's must-hear stuff. Jim Ross.
Have we been wrong about him being fired? Because didn't he say something about that being a rumor? Or
no, I don't think he was fired. I'm pretty sure he was fired because he is.
I agree,
denying.
But he tweeted something to the effect of, "Don't believe everything you hear. Rumors are just that, rumors."
Right.
But who knows what that was about?
I don't know what that was about. He might be just trying to cool the jets on everybody.
Maybe trying to get people to listen to Austin's podcast.
Right. Raw did a really good job for USA Network. I mean, by the way, #1 show, really breaking and everything for them. Forget that, though. What did I want to mention besides the USA Network? Oh, yeah. Rey Mysterio, Mike Bourne. I'm going to get back to the YouTube comments in just 1 second, so I'll get to all your comments that you made and questions or whatever. But Rey Mysterio mentioned on this week's WWE Live event in Texas that he would be returning October 16th, guys. So this is the 5th date we've heard. Now, October 16th during the WWE Tour of Mexico, which makes sense. Makes sense, so there you go. He also commented on Sin Cara getting injured while doing media interviews for the tour in Mexico. He said, Sin Cara has not had much luck due to injuries. The same happened to me when I came to the United States after my time in AAA. In my first year, I got my first injury, and then another, and then I had surgery 5 times in my left knee. Hopefully Sin Cara returns soon. And what's up to everybody's buenos noches, tiene sus papeles, tu madre es gorda. And if people want to see us a tag team, we'll do it. Yeah, well, you should tag team. You call yourselves the Cripples. You're already in a fucking WWE toy figure package together with one of you has a broken arm.
Masters of Glass.
They should start selling fake foam casts at the fucking merch booth.
I think Bully Ray has already begun courting JR. I would love to see Jim Ross in TNA. I think TNA could benefit hugely from Jim. He's a straight shooter. He's a man's man. On a personal level, when Devon and I signed with the WWE, we negotiated with Jim, and he was the man who signed the contracts with us. He's just a top quality person.
Yeah, but I'm not eating a spider, so fuck that.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I would flip out if I saw JR on TNA. It would be almost as shocking as Hulk Hogan, but I think it would be more shocking, much more shocking, because of how Jim Ross is so strong WWE colors now. I mean, Hogan going to WCW the first time was shocking like that, but after that, Hogan will go anywhere if there's money, so, you're not really shocked by it anymore. Back to the comments, real quick. I want to get back to these. Let me find a good... Well, Jesse J. Hey, Joe, do you think about WWE bringing WrestleMania back to Los Angeles? I feel like they stuck us with SummerSlam for 5 years. Dude, you're stuck with SummerSlam. SummerSlam is the second biggest pay-per-view. Did you watch last SummerSlam, Jesse? It was awesome. Are you kidding me? How would you like to be in Boston and be stuck with Survivor Series every year? Or King of the Ring when it happened? At least that was cool, though, back in the day. I mean, how would you like to be stuck with friggin'... they don't care about Survivor Series anymore. It's always crappy, usually. So,
Yeah, not every city can get the Rumble.
Right. I'll take SummerSlam. Want to switch? You can have Survivor Series, and we'll take SummerSlam in Boston. How about that?
Yeah. Hey, I had WrestleMania this year, so I'm satisfied for now.
Right.
But the best I got from the past 6 months is freaking Battleground. And that's not even going to be good.
But you guys...
I got tickets on the right side. I finished my sign. It says on one side, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. And the other side, it literally says I just mizzed myself.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
No, not I mizzed myself. I mizzed in my pants.
I mizzed in my pants. Oh, that's great. It's going to be good to look for that. It's going to be fun watching for that night. I might order that on pay-per-view just to record it to see, to get a good screenshot if we need it. All right, who is Reigns? Let's take a phone call, and I'll get back to the questions.
Who's Reigns? Who do you think is Reigns?
760, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Joe? This is Jesse J. I was fucking...
Oh, Jesse.
Just left that comment on the WrestleMania thing.
Yeah, did you hear what... Yeah, you heard me then, right?
Yeah. I was just getting at the fact that, they kind of took it away after the last time they had it at Staples Center because, Vince thought it was too small.
Well,
and
he's right.
And, SummerSlam last year, I stopped watching wrestling, and I got into it last year at SummerSlam, and I bought it because, like you said, second best in the fucking whole year, And it fucking was the worst pay-per-view I'd ever seen last year.
Last year's was terrible. And the last 4 years has been not very good. SummerSlam.
That's what I'm saying. That was my point. Like, that's why I had called immediately when you started up. I was like, wait a minute. I agree with you, but they fucking never treated it like SummerSlam, not till this year anyway.
Right. I mean, but it had been treated. It was treated really well until the last, I think, 3-4 years. Except for this one, the 3 before were bad.
But that's pretty much when they gave it to the Staples Center. The last 4 or 5 years.
I mean, 2006 was
I just feel like they'll never bring WrestleMania, but why not? They can do 100,000 people at the Coliseum.
Yeah. Well, that's a different time, and the other thing too is, I mean, it was in Boston at WrestleMania 14. You know, would they ever have WrestleMania at the Boston Garden again? No way. Unless wrestling...
I mean, they had it at Arrowhead Pond over here, and you know that was shit. WrestleMania 12 with Michaels. So
right, but that was when they were doing bad. They weren't doing so well then. WrestleMania 11, 10, they were doing bad. They weren't doing well. They
yeah, true. Yeah, but WrestleMania 2000, that would be the last one, I guess, to be at Arrowhead, and then they did
right. And that was
WrestleMania
only
21 or whatever.
Well, the only reason why, like WrestleMania 17, I believe, was from I forget where. Was that Toronto? Or was it? All right, Houston. Then the year after was Toronto, Skydome. Yeah. So those were the first.
That's where it got big.
That's where right. And they got big because it's delayed. You know, all the money making and profits and the buying is delayed by 2 years. So they started making big money again by WrestleMania 14 and 15. You know, and especially right. So then you didn't see it at WrestleMania 16, but you saw the benefits of it from 17 and 18, and ever since then it's been huge. So there's no going back now unless it died down a little bit, or for some strange reason they wanted to do it from Staples or from the Boston Garden.
That would be that's exactly what Vince didn't want to do. Like he looks at the Staples Center and just sees like, shit, that's a house show, or that's so we can fit SummerSlam in there.
Right.
It's not If they can do 80,000, why do you think they couldn't do 100? You said that was a different time earlier, and I think that they got so many people nowadays, whether they're smarks or fucking marks.
They have to bring in a break.
They could fill it.
They'd have to bring in a big name to get something like 100,000. They have to bring in like Lesnar on one of his appearances or something like that.
I don't think it's about. I mean, I think they can fit. They can do 100,000. I don't think that's even a problem. Thank God they didn't do it this last WrestleMania. It was so bad, but I don't think that's a problem. I think it's the venue, the seating, the safety rules, whatever. It's all about that stuff, and they can get tickets. People will go.
They were going to do it, and then they were pulling that racy thing with Sergeant Slaughter back in the day, and they had to pull it right away.
Right. I mean, think of that. That was during a little bit of a lull, too, in wrestling. You know what I mean? Part of that stuff was... I mean, imagine that. I mean, they were going to have that WrestleMania from the Coliseum. It wouldn't have had close to the amount of people. I mean, so a lot of people thought that was a conspiracy, by the way, from the WWE, that there was no threat of Sergeant Slaughter being killed. They weren't really worried about somebody going nuts with a gun.
They couldn't sell it out, you're saying?
They could, right, exactly. They were worried that they couldn't do it there, so they moved it to the inside venue. And that's what the real...
They just couldn't main event it. Fuck.
Right. So that's what I think the real problem was. If you read up on that and Google it and stuff, and there's a lot of actually talk over the years of more of that spilling out. The more WWE officials have left the WWE who were around at that time, the more you kind of hear that coming from them and everybody. So it wasn't,
right,
it makes sense too, because they don't want to look stupid.
You haven't heard any rumors about this being the last year in Staples Center for SummerSlam, have you? I heard a couple things. Including the night of when I was there this year.
I mean, I think fans who aren't in LA are kind of sick of it, but I think
don't they have a contract for so many years?
They do. I think it's 7 years, to be honest. But
you know when that started, though?
Yeah, in 2008. No, 2009 maybe.
No,
actually it was 2009. Yeah, because this is the 5th year. This one.
2009 is when they came up with it. Now I can't remember if it was 5 years or 7 years. It's one of the two, I believe.
Well, if they do move it, they better. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, because I went to like through 3 dark matches in the year between SummerSlams, and they were all at the Staples and all this shit. And then they finally bring SummerSlam. But other than that, they've been to Chicago like 3 times in the last 4 months on TV.
Yeah, but Chicago's a better.
Chicago looks good on TV. That's why.
That's why they go there.
Well, yeah, especially CM Punk. Shit, he could get Stone Cold booed out of there. Fuck.
Right. But
I mean, he's amazing when he goes to Chicago.
It's not just Chicago CM Punk. Like, it's just the Chicago crowd is on fire anyway. It's all
because they like CM Punk so much. They're all into the product.
I mean, a lot of those places, yeah.
Philadelphia, certain places, certain areas, different New York venues. Even I'd say even Boston can sometimes be like that, but not quite like Chicago. Right now, the top cities are Philly and Chicago for a good
Philly and
wrestling
Chicago,
crowd.
Yeah.
They're
going up to Canada a lot too. Definitely.
Well, Canada's another crowd. Toronto, and if they went to Montreal, all those places. Although last time they were in Montreal,
Toronto and Calgary are the two biggest, obviously.
Right, Montreal was kind of dead. They went there recently, and you thought there was going to be a big buzz, but it was actually kind of dead. I remember actually it was Bret Hart when they brought him back. It was not as big as you would think it would have been.
Well, Well, Calgary has the Hearts, and then Toronto has every other Canadian wrestler. So,
can we talk about how funny it was tonight during CM Punk's thing? The whole thing was kind of stupid, I thought, and then it was kind of fun to watch them have a little bit of a brawl, like a bar fight on the Titantron area. And then Ryback put CM Punk through the table the wrong way and almost broke his back. And then Ryback...
I like it, though, because he just fucking launched himself, and it just reminded me of the good old days, just go for it.
What did Ryback say? He said something like, "This is what happens to bullies." Bullies. Oh my God. I was like bored until that part, and I laughed out loud so hard because I was so depressed because CM Punk wore a Chicago Blackhawks jersey, and as a Bruins fan, I was just like, I don't want to watch this right now. I just don't want to see this.
What do you think of his whole speech about, I'll come back like the team and all this shit? And
I thought it was very
kind of John Cena like. I felt.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, I'm a big hockey fan, and I watch the playoffs, and I watch hockey like crazy, so I could appreciate what he's talking about. But his team his team beat my team in the Stanley Cup, so that's all I could think about. But here's the other thing: it was just easy. It was a layup. It was cheap.
That's what I felt. Yeah, definitely. Like Cena, every fucking thing he does is safe, double safe.
Right, and CM Punk doesn't usually do cheap, and he did there. But I don't know. What do you want him to do?
Yeah, like
I
his
guess.
most recent one, he came out and started making fun of the audience.
Hey, if you want to check out a hockey podcast, by the way, check out Tommy C. This is him. He looks like a douchebag. He talks about hockey all the time. Talkie, baby. A Shot from the Point. Check him out on YouTube.com/Shot from the Point. He does a hockey podcast all season long during the hockey season. I'll be on his show. We'll be on his show. YouTube.com, A Shot from the Point. Subscribe. Go check him out. He's crazy. He just flipped out on some writer guy on Twitter, had the guy on his show, and they had this big fight, and it's funny. Go watch the video. Tommy C. from Shot from the Point fighting with Ryan Lampert. It's great. Anyway, back to our stuff. Let's continue down the line here. We'll keep. I'd like to ask you about this, Jesse. You fuck. I could have done without the Blackhawks jersey. Ryback almost killed him on the table because the table is, you're supposed to go through the middle, or at least through somewhere in the middle. And what happened was he went through the corner front of the table where the stanchion stands up straight and can go right into your back. I have landed through a table that way, and the table didn't break, but my back did.
Right.
It was very close. Thank goodness he went through just enough the middle. But you could see the way the table broke. I mean, it was not done right. There was also a moment before where Ryback got a piece of Punk, and I almost thought to myself, ooh, if he did that to me, I'd give him a smack in the face for real. It looked like Punk did. But maybe they were just trying to make it look real good. I don't know. Could just be that.
That's what I kind of felt. The overall feel was they were trying to make it look good and make it, get it really riled up,
Yeah, and they did. So then they did a good job. I like the whole thing. A little goofy.
You're right, though. Thank God he didn't fucking, he could have fucking broke his back.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, they're going to be in the back.
The whole fucking year.
He's going to be in the back saying something. I mean, I would think. Or maybe he just, he's all right.
Ryback, he's still, he's been around a few years, NXT and all that, but he's still, he's a bit stiff still, and he's got to, I guess, get used to it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they're putting him directly in competition with Brock Lesnar because, look at the SummerSlam match against Punk, and now he's the big monster who's not Curtis Axel, who's on Heyman's side. So he has to live up to Brock Lesnar level violence for anyone to buy this and not say, oh, this is good, but we already saw this and it was better with Lesnar.
Right.
In order to do that, he has to go above and beyond, and I'm worried that is he experienced enough to handle being that violent without actually hurting CM Punk? That's true too.
Lesnar's like a fucking cat, but a huge motherfucker.
Lesnar's got the speed and agility of Kofi Kingston, but the build of Ryback.
Ryback's taking away more spotlight than Curtis Axel, which is taking away more from the Intercontinental Championship.
Right.
True too.
Patrick Glenn said they've had WrestleMania 15 back at my backyard of Philly, and we've been waiting. Well, hey, Patrick, sorry, dude. Not going to happen in Philly again. All right, I know you guys put in a bid for something, but this WrestleMania not happening. Same thing with us in Boston. We wanted it in Boston. It's not going to happen.
People who go to WrestleMania don't want their cars broken into. That's why it's not going to be in Philly or Boston.
And let me tell you something about this. Although Boston is a big traditional kind of wrestling area, I feel like Boston's changed a little bit. WrestleMania 14, we were blowing up around here, and we were, especially in that era, But recently, it's been kind of more of it's back to you're afraid to wear your T-shirt.
Right.
Because they are tough here, just like Philly. People are tough in blue collar. But in Philly, a lot of those blue collar people go, yeah, fucking CM Punk, man, I seen him or whatever. But in Boston, it's more like, you watch wrestling, you fag. Like,
right.
That's what it's like in Boston. So the tough guys are making fun of the people with wrestling T-shirts, where a lot of the tough guys in Philly are wearing the wrestling T-shirts. So it's a different thing going on here, I think, which is sad to me. But just look what happened. We got damn John Cena coming out of Boston. We get Tom Brady, the New England Patriots. I mean, we're getting a little soft over here. Cowboys own Eagles. Who's your favorite current wrestler, Joe? Oh, man, I don't know. I'd have to say... I mean, I like CM Punk's matches usually, but I would say, I guess I got to be a loser and say Daniel Bryan. But you know what? I don't really have a guy who I'm like, I can't wait to see this guy wrestle. He's my guy. I think it's more like, who is your favorite potential wrestler? It would be a better question. Because if you ask me that, I would say, like, I can't wait to see what happens with Daniel Bryan. I can't wait to see what happens with Seth Rollins. I can't wait to see what happens with Dolph Ziggler. So I don't have a wrestler that I need to see above everybody, but I do have that feeling of I can't wait to see this potential. And it hasn't... I don't know if it will happen or what will happen with it. I already wanted to see it from Dolph, and they've buried him a little bit. But I guess it's not... I don't have that favorite wrestler. Ever since Shawn Michaels left, it's been it for me. I mean, I don't know. I think that's it. Daniel Bryan, I like him. And I'm on his bandwagon because I wanted to see what he was going to do for the past 5 years. I mean, I wrote so many things to WWE about bringing him back and losing my mind on Twitter and sending fucking threats. Like, I mean, I did crazy things when I found out he was fired.
You set yourself on fire.
Did I?
No.
Okay, I don't know. I might have on YouTube. I don't even remember. Let's get to some more comments here. Trey 33333. I wonder if Chicago will get WrestleMania besides the one with Triple H versus John Cena at WrestleMania 22. There's a good point. That's a good point. WrestleMania 22 was in Chicago, and that wasn't so big, but that was a great... I like that WrestleMania, though. It was really good. The Chicago crowd was good. The thing I loathed about that WrestleMania was when everybody was dressed in the trench coats doing the mob thing for Cena. It was the goofiest thing. It was just...
CM Punk was one of those guys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, CM Punk was dressed up. That's right. I forgot about that. But the good point. I'm glad you
so
found
cheesy,
that.
though.
It was just cheesy, though, yeah.
And then watching John... You know, it's funny looking back and watching John Cena fire a Tommy gun into the air. That's actually pretty fun to watch.
That part saved it, because that was cool, but that was it. And
I was just picturing him firing it into the crowd. It was really funny.
And then Triple H came out to his new intro entrance music, and then he was dressed up like a king. I mean, it was really goofy. Like, it was like, what is happening here? But I was actually pumped up at the same time, because I was like, fucking Cena's going down! He's going down! You know, I was losing my mind.
Then he makes Triple H tap.
Right, and then I just was like furious, and I couldn't wait till next WrestleMania to see Triple H get his revenge. And then when it was Shawn Michaels, I was like, I really want Shawn Michaels to win because he's my favorite wrestler. I know he's not going to now. So it was disappointing. It's funny. It's the opposite of being a kid when you're like, oh, I can't wait to see Hulk Hogan beat, whoever. And then he does, and you're like, yeah. And I felt that same way, but I was like, I can't wait for Triple H to win. Oh, it's John Cena's going to tap. But looking back on it now, it was a great match. The crowd was crazy. It was awesome. I loved it, although I was pissed that night.
I just realized, I know this is not really relevant to what we're saying, but John Cena is really good at WrestleMania, huh? Like his record?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Since WrestleMania 20, he's only lost twice. Wow.
Well, how many is out of what? Like, he's like 9-2?
No, he's 7-2.
7-2. Okay.
So he won against the Big Show at WrestleMania 20, won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 21 against JBL. I'm just taking these off the top of my head. Retained against Triple H at WrestleMania 22. Retained at WrestleMania 23 against HBK. He lost to 24. So that was one of the.
So he's around Hulk Hogan numbers.
Yeah,
because that's what
25. He won that. He won the World Heavyweight Championship in that triple threat match. Triple H.
which
no,
was terrible by the way.
Yeah, I know. I said Triple H. 26. He won against Batista, the WWE Championship. 27. He didn't win. No, I'm sorry. He's 6-3. 6-3. He lost at 27 to the Miz.
Yeah, he's lost a lot, kind of, for someone of his stature to lose to the Miz.
That was a great match, though.
Right.
Oh, because the Rock.
Because the Rock, right?
Rock.
But either way, and then the Rock.
Either way, it was a good match.
Combo Lock Gaming. I think Ryback botched the table slam on CM Punk. I think a little bit too, but you know what? CM Punk didn't get hurt, so you'll be forgotten about. Funny because one of you said WWE is screwing people in their hometowns, and Punk was screwed.
Yeah.
Joe say something stupid. That's awesome. Okay, Johnny Shakur. I saw a Mexican wearing a Joe Cronin show shirt. Amazed. Asked, "Yo, Pinto Bean, where'd you get that shirt?" He said, "I stole it because the host called me and my people." Oh, I'm not going to read the rest of that.
Is this Gooey B?
Is it?
Sounds like Gooey B.
It sounds like Gooey B. Yeah, it does.
Is he talking about the joke that you made yesterday?
Probably about the Mexican joke. No hablo español. No, sorry. Tiene sus papeles. Tu madre es gorda. Buenas tardes. ¿Qué hora es tu madre? 25.
You say what time is your mother?
Yeah.
He said 25. Oh yeah.
Cena
they
sucks.
didn't hear me last night, but for yesterday, I'm gonna get you back, Joe.
Right.
For I don't know how I'm gonna do it on your own show, like I said last night, but I'm gonna get you back.
For those of you who don't know, we did a State of the WWE yesterday, which was about an hour long. And when we got to the end of the hour, I was kind of like, I need something to close this out. I didn't know what to do. So I decided to call Jaron and play a little joke on him. So let me play that for you right now. Yeah, man. This is great. I was laughing at this all day, by the way. All day yesterday, freaking cracking up that we called you. I was really worried you weren't going to answer. Oh, it's ringing. Here. And then when I knew you were on the line, that's when I started kind of going into the character. Come on, pick it up, Jaron. If he doesn't pick up, this will be like the biggest fail. Like waste of your last 3 minutes listening to this. Hopefully he picks up, though, because this is crazy news.
Hello?
Jaron, are you there?
Hello.
Oh, my God, dude, you have a few minutes? You got to come on with us. Dude, we got Daniel Bryan to come on the show, dude.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. We sent like this email out to this kid. There's something he knew the booking person or whatever, and I talked to him on the phone a minute ago.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's awesome. Wow, you guys suck.
I like how I didn't have to say anything.
I like how you convinced him by saying, "Oh, we sent an email to some kid or something, and some booking guy."
Right.
He believes.
Well, I mean, you said that.
That wasn't even
they
it, though.
listened to our
That's
show
not even the-
before, so I mean,
I know.
I was surprised.
I know. Oh, that's great. What a way to end this podcast, guys. State of the WWE. Thanks for stopping by. See you Monday night. All three of us will be there. Good night.
But you recorded this? Oh.
I like how we got him twice. Like, yo, you recorded this? Jesus. Of course I recorded it. Oh, man.
I think like me finding out that you recorded it was like more of a bigger surprise. I thought you guys were just like calling me just like, to fuck with me. But then I heard like, what a way to end this podcast. Like almost like shit myself.
Oh, it was too funny. Too hilarious.
We got to end the show, guys. Alex Mendoza 118 says wrestling is fake.
I guess we should just kill ourselves now.
Yeah, let's just shut down the live show. Sorry everyone calling in. We're gonna be off the air because wrestling is fake.
And we also have to make breaking news here. Los Matadores are set to make their debut on next week's episode of Raw from Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Look out! Triple H and Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon are not scheduled for any Raw or SmackDown episodes following the November 4th episode of Raw because
Thank God.
Back to school with the kiddies.
Back to school.
Gotta go back to school. Kurt Angle's coming to WWE. Dylan's Jams. Why are you writing that? Do you know something that I don't know?
He's drunk in the car, and once he sobers up, he'll turn himself around and go back to TNA.
I am looking everywhere I can to figure that out, and there is no news about that whatsoever.
You lied to us.
Yeah, I unless you know something crazy that none of us know.
You just Olympic slammed our hearts.
Okay. Where was I going? Back to Raw. Back to the Raw review. Back to some stuff, and I'll get some more comments again. But back to Raw a little bit. Stephanie McMahon tonight, she was money. CM Punk, we talked about him with his Black Cox jersey. Yes, I said Cox.
Black Cox.
AJ got pinned clean by Brie Bella. What the fuck was that about? Brian on the mic was okay, but honestly, I was kind of bored by it a little bit. I mean, I loved Cody and Goldust jumping the Shield. Like I said, the authenticity of it, liked it, cool, surprised. If you blinked, you would have missed it, though. Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, insane DDT, and the ending to Raw was awesome. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I give Raw. And by the way, I'm giving it a higher rating because it was in Chicago and the crowd was on fire. If this crowd was dead tonight, it really would have been a buried alive fucking Raw. I give it a 6.0. I give it a 6. Raw gets a 6 tonight from me. There, I broke from my 7.5s.
All right.
Jaron, what do you think?
Okay.
I'm going to go to you first because I said so.
Okay, I expected Chris to go.
Yeah, it was ladies first.
Oh, gee, thanks, Joe.
I can only hope. He is
I
a
have to give
hermaphrodite.
it- Hey,
go ahead.
all right. I have to give it I'm going to give it a 6 as well. I hated Brian on the mic tonight. I thought that he just basically said what he said last week.
Yeah.
I was just going to beat Randy Orton at Battleground. And then for 2 minutes, he dragged out that he was just going to chant the word yes after he beats him. So it was very boring. He was like, one word. What did you think it was going to be like?
Yeah.
Penis?
Yeah, I mean...
Dildo.
Yeah.
Dildo.
That would have been unbelievable. I would have never turned Raw off ever again if he said dildo. I could never. I'd be like, you don't know what's going to happen on this show. I mean,
And that word is dildo.
Can I mention the fact that this may be one of the reasons I still watch wrestling, by the way. I'm sorry, when you order a pay-per-view and you see tits and you see people doing crazy stuff in the Attitude Era, and when you order a pay-per-view and Owen Hart fucking dies on the pay-per-view, falls from the ceiling, you can't turn away for years after that. Like, what's going to happen on this show? You don't know. Someone could die. Someone could get thrown off the top of a Hell in the Cell. Some chick could get naked. You don't know what's going to happen, and you don't tune out forever. It's what happened to everybody in the back in the day in the 60s or whatever when Kennedy was assassinated. People couldn't turn the damn TV off. That's what happened. Holy shit. President got assassinated live on television. I'm not turning this off ever again. Anyway.
Holy shit, Big Boss Man's dragging the Big Show's father behind his truck in a casket.
Right. Those type of moments make it hard to not want to pay attention unless you get a good career and money and you become somewhat successful. Anyway, Chris, what do you think?
No, Jared didn't give his rating yet.
Oh, rating. No, he did. Right off the bat, he did. 6.0, right?
Yep.
Did you have anything
okay.
else to add?
All
I mean, we're going to keep going with this. We're going to another, 30, 20 minutes here, but
right.
just want to get the ratings out there.
Dildo, how about that?
Okay, dildo. Chris, what do you think?
Dill don't, I say. Dill don't. This Raw
Chris, if I
was...
can give you a high five right now, I would.
This Raw did not live up to SmackDown, sadly enough. SmackDown was great once again this week, and Raw kind of fell a little bit short. I'm going to give it a 6.0 as well. I think it's 666 for this Raw.
Oh, man, 666. I like it. I give it a 69 because I would have rather... Well, never mind. But it was terrible. WWE should stop getting this Pillsbury Doughboy to spread ice cream on their dicks and make a bunch of good pay-per-views in a row. What?
Was that Captain Big Ones?
That was Benjamin Blanchett. It did sound like Captain Big Ones. Champ 2919. I marked out when Cody and Goldust appeared on Raw. Me too. I actually had
me too.
I freaked out with that, and that was good. I also freaked out when Ryback said that thing about bullies or whatever. Bullies. What did he say?
Big guy and his bullies.
This is what happens. to bullies. Like, it was freaking.
bullies.
He's so obnoxious. He knows now that it's a joke, and so it's way funnier now.
You know, someone took him aside after that first night, and they were like, "You know, you said bullies, right?" And then he looked on the internet and saw everyone's typing it out, BOLEYS.
Yeah,
and he was just like, "Fuck it, that's how I'm saying it. I'm gonna over enunciate it as bullies from now on."
My fan Cronin Best for Business on YouTube. His YouTube name is Cronin Best for Business. I didn't even know you could make a name that long. This week's Raw was a 5 at best. Miz TV was good. Cody Goldust was great. ADR is just not working for me. He is an exciting. As he is watching paint dry. Punk fight was great. Excellent main event match. So confused, though. WTF was the point of the match. Triple H talked shit to Orton a week ago. Now this week, 11 versus 3 against the Shield. Is he trying to bury Daniel Bryan or the whole roster? It really is, like, confusing what's going on. I mean, like...
Oh, yeah. I have a little... I'm going to let you finish, Joe, in a second, but, like, I have
I'll let you finish in a second, but... Okay, fucking... Kanye West.
But I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, but Beyonce the best video of all time. Give me like a half an hour. I want to have like a little rant about something in WWE that gets me mad.
Half an hour is going to cost you about $90.
Okay.
$90. You can do a half.
$90. I have $5 and a Metro card.
Dillis Jams. Joe Cronin equals Mike Tenay's son. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, I hope not. I was adopted. You never know. Mike Tenay could have been hitting the rounds around the U.S. in the early 80s and knocked up my mother, and here I am. Also, Cronin Best for Business says Cronin Best for Business. I like it. Hashtag Cronin Best for Business. Without Chicago crowd of 3, I agree. Without the Chicago crowd, I would have given it maybe a 5. 4.5, maybe a 5, but because of the good little spots that I enjoyed, when I get anything that makes me go, ooh, I like that, bumps up the rating, because there has been Raws in the past few years that I've watched the entire Raw and been like, fuck this whole thing. So I remember those, and it's because of those moments where I go, ooh, I'm entertained by this, that I would, and Shawn Michaels isn't even here, and I'm entertained by this, that I would give it a better rating. So that's why tonight I give it a 6, because the Cody Rhodes, the main event, Seth Rollins, the Dolph Ziggler stuff, some of that stuff that I enjoyed. You know, some other people, Jesse J gave it a 7.5. I can't go that high because of all the boring that happened before. Can I also bring up the Daniel Bryan? I did think he was boring tonight. Just very blah. Don't care. Yes, yay. That's like Cena saying the champ is here every week. Joe, don't know if you watched the main event, but they had the greatest match between Kofi and I don't know who else was better than any other match in the past Raws. I don't know. I didn't see main event. I really don't catch it a lot. If anything, I start digging into NXT and watching that stuff, but do you know? Anybody know?
No, I don't. Yeah. No.
Guys, subscribe. Go to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Also subscribe to Darkest Days 11, but really you want to be subscribed to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Click the like button if you're watching this on your mobile device and put the thumb up my ass. Go ahead and put the cursor down there where that thumb goes. Click it, and the thumb goes in my rectum. So you can get a little bit virtual with me.
Be Joe's proctologist.
Yeah, proctologize my ass. I don't have any other news that's important, and I'm done with, for the most part, Raw. But I gotta say though that the opening was the Kofi Kingston Del Rio match was real long. I think it was long. It was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad though. Actually, as much as I've been sick of both these people,
right?
And not that they're bad wrestlers or anything, but every time I see their matches, I just kind of zone out or stare into the middle distance while it's going on. Even though there were some great high spots, this particular match actually caught my eye, and I thought it was pretty good for both of them.
Yeah, I think it was good too. I didn't love it or anything, but it was a good wrestling match, and they both needed it. I think Alberto's a good wrestler anyway, and
I agree.
Kofi's good too. It's just that the matches they get put in don't make any sense a lot of times.
Right.
Here, what I really wanted to talk about was how we got to. It looked like we were going to see our rematch, and we did, of RVD versus Orton, which they had such a great match the last time. Orton beat RVD clean, sort of. with the assist of that DDT on the outside, which should have been a disqualification, so I don't understand that, but it wasn't. My only problem with the last match. So I thought to myself, well, I'd love to see this match in a pay-per-view, or I'd love to see another one of these matches, because I love these guys, and I love what they did last time, rather. But instead, so I figured the Shield would come out, or something like that would happen, and I didn't think that Randy Orton was going to build himself up to be more of a psychopath, which they needed, and I don't know why I didn't think of it, and they did it. But a count-out, it was just a throwaway to have the fans vote on who they wanted to see. And it was the kind of night where I thought it needed an epic match somewhere. And I guess the main event was a little bit of that, but it could have used it right there. And, like Randy Orton you couldn't have Randy lose is the problem, because you're building him up to be this psycho. But you also can't have RVD lose again to Randy Orton clean. And you can't have someone assist Orton, because then Orton looks weak. So they had to do what they did with Randy Orton just going nuts on him. But I just didn't like it, even though that's kind of what they had to do. I don't blame them, right?
Yeah. There's really no other out that they had as an option. And it worked. It did its job. It did what it needed to do.
Right. Brian Finnegan, what's up, man? Just want you to know, bro, it's cool that you do these reviews. Boston strong, bro. I don't know if you're the Brian Finnegan that I know, but that's pretty cool if you are. What's up, Brian? Joshua Bomber. What are they doing with the Wyatt family? Well, what did they do tonight? The Wyatt family came out and... actually, who did they wrestle tonight?
The Primetime Player.
Primetime Players, yeah.
Again, right. Okay, that's right. They wrestled the Ryan... Who did they wrestled on SmackDown? Didn't they wrestle the Primetime Players on SmackDown?
No. They wrestled...
Oh, they wrestled Zack Ryder and... right.
And Justin Gabriel.
And Justin Gabriel, right, okay. So now they wrestled the Primetime Players. And
Luke Harper got to do his awesome clothesline again. I love that move.
Right. And, that's right. That bothered me tonight, by the way. Because, again, the Primetime Players got buried.
Not buried. It's the Wyatts. They're kind of being built up as superhuman at this point, so...
But you know what? They're doing this with everybody. Every single time they identify that the fans like somebody and the person is getting over with the crowd, WWE immediately puts them in a babyface position, and then they lose. And
It's smart, though. I mean, I know what you're saying, and I agree that it kind of hurts to watch, but it's smart because they want to prove that this person can get over with the crowd, and they do, but they don't want to blow their load in one shot like they almost did with Ryback. They want to say, okay, let's back it up, have everyone forget about him for a little bit, now that we've proven he can get over, and then when it's his time, let's push him to where there's space for him to get over. So he doesn't get over in a position like the Wyatts are in right now, where they're over and lost, and there's nothing for them to fucking do.
I'm starting to think that is the wrong move.
You could be right.
Because of what's happened with Daniel Bryan. And I was actually advocating for it. String this thing out as long as you can until WrestleMania. I'm starting to think that was the wrong idea. When Dolph Ziggler came out and cashed in the Money in the Bank, people blew up. And then he won the title. He
got a concussion. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be. That's what for years they had been doing it the way I described with Ziggler. I think that was supposed to be his big carry the title for a while thing. His concussion, I think, is what fucked that one up.
Right.
But you're right. But they do it all the time with other things.
But they did it right then, and they did it the way I'm talking about in that case, which I think they should have done with Bryan. And unfortunately now, they got out of it at SummerSlam because when Randy Orton came and cashed in the Money in the Banks, they got out of it with where you could still have Bryan win again, and it could be a big surprise. But it would have only been good if he didn't get a shot at the title again for a long time, or for a few months, or whatever. But instead, you gave it right to him, and then you took it away again, and it's really killed everything. Mm-hmm. Because Daniel Bryan, I'm starting to think that he can't do the promos. He can't do the promo that you'd want. He's too nice sounding, like a Kofi Kingston almost. He's better.
I disagree. I think he needs the belt and a good feud with someone aside from a faceless corporation or a corporation full of Triple H and the McMahons.
Right. You're right about that. He needs a CM Punk feud or a feud with Seth Rollins, or a wrestling
anyone.
feud.
And he can make the best out of anyone, as you saw with him and Kane being slapped together. Look what he did with that. It doesn't matter as long as it's not him versus the world.
Yeah, you're right. He needs to have matches with people, much like Shawn Michaels when Shawn Michaels was the champion in the early '90s, the mid '90s, like before he DX stuff.
We can't be getting these personal promos full of like really awesome content if there's nothing to be personal about.
Yeah, I agree. And this
we need some one-on-one.
I think what's happening now is it's all getting jumbled together. I don't know. It's not working for me, though. I'll tell you that. Okay. Who was the one that said the next 4 Raws will be shitty because you're right? You're wrong already. That's what Benjamin said. I think that was you, Jaron, right?
That was me. Wait, how did he know about that? I just chatted that with you. I didn't.
I think I maybe mentioned it in the podcast or something.
Oh, well, yeah, that was me.
Wait, how was he wrong, though, so far?
Yeah.
When did he say that? 2 weeks ago? Because he's been right so far.
Yeah, he's been right.
Yeah.
You've been right so far. I mean, I think it's Battlegrounds. You know what I mean? I expect Battleground pay-per-view not to be good. I expect the build-up to the pay-per-view not to be good. I expect the week or two after Battlegrounds to not be good. So I think you're pretty close to right on with that.
I have to admit, I expect a big masturbatory surprise at Battlegrounds that will make the fans not want to ask for a refund post pay-per-view. I'm expecting something. They're going to give us something that we don't deserve that they normally wouldn't have thrown in there as a big reward to the fans just to shut us the fuck up. And I'm hoping that happens.
I think it'd be funnier if Vince gave you a big fuck you and did something even worse.
Oh yeah, actually, you know what? I would appreciate that too.
The WWE title is retired.
How about
just a world title at the end of the thing?
How about having a Money to Bank ladder match for the WWE Championship and Big Dick Johnson win and cash in and win the WWE Championship at Battleground?
The pay-per-view's been canceled, everyone.
I know.
I hear Cody Rhodes is going to get a WWE title push. I don't know, maybe. You could see it. I mean, you could see him getting some... You can see him getting a push now with the way they're going with him. This is the most interesting.
Give it a year before he gets the belt.
Yeah, give it a year, and I don't even know. You can't really. He's at that. Cody Rhodes is at that threshold where there's glass to be broken, and if you break the glass, you're in the hunt for the WWE title. Cody Rhodes,
Ziggler, Daniel Bryan glass ceiling.
Cody Rhodes is sitting about right here, where he could fall or he could break through, and there's no. And it depends on the storylines, what they decide to do, what's going on, what the fans want, what all kinds of stuff factor into that equation, and you could see it going either way. Let's see. Hey, Joe, you on Google Plus? Because during school I get bored and we get Chromebooks. Yeah, dude, I'm on Google Plus. I actually Google Plus this thing out all the time, my show. Just Joe Cronin. Look up Joe Cronin Show on Google Plus or whatever. You'll find me somewhere. Let's take a call, man. Here comes a phone call. What's up?
Yeah, am I on here?
Yeah, man, you're on. What's up? I thought you were here.
This is actually quoting Best for Business on YouTube.
Oh, nice. What's up, dude?
I was just calling to talk a little bit about a couple different things, actually. First, I don't know if you guys heard the news or whatever, but that actually came through with the SummerSlam buy rates, and it was at, I think, 298,000, which is about 52,000 less than last year. I want to know what you guys thought about that.
What was the total buy rate in the end?
290,000.
290,000. That's
still a good buy rate, but you're right, it did drop from last year.
Right.
However, I mean, they didn't really have too much to go on. I mean, Bryan Cena was selling the pay-per-view, but not everyone was completely 100% behind that.
You know what though? Watch what happens. Next year's buy rate will be much bigger than the year before.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you're right, though. I think Brock Lesnar should have actually put it over the top to where they should have made as much, if not more, than last year. And the fact that they didn't kind of worries me about the future of Brock Lesnar in general as a selling point.
Well, I'm kind of worried for Daniel Bryan because, I mean, since Daniel Bryan's taken over pretty much, and the numbers have been down, so
right.
I don't know if they're going to look at it and be like, oh, he's not strong, fuck him, and we have to give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons it went down, though, is because they revealed that John Cena was injured and most likely was going to be taking time off post SummerSlam. So I think that kind of put a sour taste in everyone's mouth where they realized, okay, something shitty is going to happen at the end of this pay-per-view. It's not going to be this big, epic Rock Cena, no one's going to interfere, epic battle, you know?
That's true. Also, I just want to also say, I think the next couple pay-per-views are going to be shitty. The fact that they have 3 pay-per-views in 7 weeks, I think it's just a stupid idea. I used to love back in the day when they just used to have the 4 big pay-per-views, and then they came out with, like, King of the Ring. And then once they started, I don't know if you guys remember, they started doing, like, In Your House every month.
Yeah.
They started getting really watered down, I felt.
Right, they were.
I wish they would have won that's as big, just a couple big 4 and, 1 or 2 here or there.
Yeah, it was all really mushed together. You could never really tell one In Your House from another for the most part, all generic and forced or whatever. It's funny, the other day on the State of the WWE podcast, we actually talked about what happened to the house.
Yeah.
Remember they gave away the house?
Yeah,
Hey,
they did that first one.
Speaking of In Your House, do you remember the In Your House called Beware of Dog, where the lights went out for most of the pay-per-view and they gave it away for free?
Oh, yeah.
British Bulldog in the main event.
That was British Bulldog and Shawn Michaels in the main event.
Wait, was that the one where...
No, it was Bret Hart and British Bulldog.
No, it was Shawn Michaels because they were advertising that Shawn Michaels had slept with Diana or something like that. And I remember it ended with, I'm pretty sure it ended with a German suplex where all 4 of the shoulders were pinned and it ended in a draw and Shawn Michaels retained.
I have the WWE
Oh,
I have
what?
the W Encyclopedia with me, like from a
Yeah.
couple
All
years
right,
ago.
let me know if I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong. but-
Isn't that the one where Stone Cold wrestled Savio, had the strap match with Savio
Yeah.
Vega?
And the lights went out,
The
so they
lights
did it
went out.
again a couple nights
Yeah, I
later.
remember that. I could have sworn it was Bret Hart, but I may be wrong, though.
What do you say?
Hold on, I gotta find the page. Hold on.
Yeah, that's those In Your Houses were generic like that, but that's what it's like. Battlegrounds. It might as well be called In Your House. I think you're right. Looking at the schedule here, it's where is it? Where the hell was it? Shows. Oh yeah, so Battlegrounds, Hell in the Cell. I told you this. I don't give a crap about Hell in the Cell. Don't give a crap about Battlegrounds. Survivor Series is in Boston, so that's interesting to me. But for the most part,
You better go.
I'm going to work out some way to go and cover it and be there, and then also be able to do this.
I'm actually going to go to Hell in the Cell because I'm in Fort Lauderdale, so we had WrestleMania 2 years ago. I went, and, so we having this, so we hardly get shit over here. So when it goes, I try to go. When it comes to, I try to go.
Yeah.
One last point I wanted to make before I let you guys move on to your other calls. It's been a long time since I met anybody that actually gives a shit about the kind of title like you do. I'm in the same boat because I love that title. All the older guys, Bret Hart, Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, all these were back then the IC title was considered, whoever had that title.
Yeah.
I'm talking about 80s, 90s was considered actually the best wrestler on the roster. It wasn't the best marketing person, but it was the best wrestler, the workhorse. And I really wish that title would have meant something more now. But then it's just a piece of shit, pretty much. I mean, I think the biggest problems with that title is, number one, they don't have any storylines geared towards the title. No one's really going after the title. It's just something that's just there. Number two, the thing never gets defended. I don't even remember the last time Kurt actually defending the title.
Right.
So I wish they would have did a little bit more because it's an important title. But now, I know you guys said a couple weeks ago, the World Heavyweight Championship, that's basically what the title was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And now this is just I don't even know what to call it.
I mean, I'll take the early 2000s IC title where it was hot potato for a while. I mean, I'd take that over what's happening now for sure.
That was almost exciting because it was hot potato, but it was, like you said, a hot potato. Everyone wanted it. It wasn't just bounced around because they couldn't figure out what to do with it. Right. It was bounced around because so many people were vying for it in such great matches, except for all the China bullshit. But.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
There's a lot of good people.
I mean, the biggest pay-per-view for me doesn't come up until Royal Rumble. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 pay-per-views, and then Royal Rumble. That's 5 pay-per-views away.
I found it.
All right, what do we got, Jaron? Beware of Dog.
In Your House, number 8, Beware of Dog. Shawn Michaels versus Davey Boy Smith.
Bam.
Okay.
All right.
Say that every time I'm right and someone else is wrong.
All right, guys. Appreciate having me on the show. And I just started listening to you guys about 2 weeks ago, right after the Night of Champions thing. I just happened to go on YouTube for something, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, what's this? So
that's cool.
I've been listening to you guys since. It's a great show. So Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the YouTube name. Is that why did you make the name because you were like, I need a YouTube name
Yeah,
now?
I just figured it'd be funny, so I was like, I don't think they're gonna allow me to do this because it's so long, but it actually went through, so I was like, oh fuck it, I'll just do this.
Right. So someday I'm gonna be like rich, and I'm gonna have to buy that name off you. It was a smart idea.
I got it on the ground level, so you know.
Cool. All right, man. Thanks, Cronin. Cronin, best for business. There he goes.
All right. So, do you mind if I get out my rant now?
All right, go for it. What do you got?
All right. So,
and by the
way,
hey, wait, before you rant, if you're watching this video right now, click the like button and share it with everybody on Twitter and freaking everywhere. And then
put that
subscribe.
thumb up Joe's ass.
Put the thumb up my ass. And then youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. I'm going to eat some more ice cream, and Jaren's going to talk to you. Talk about
give Joe an official prostate exam.
My brother, testify!
All right. So, a couple things piss me off. This is in recent weeks. I don't know if anyone else is sick. No. I'm going to say something else before that. They had an Android now tutorial on how to download the WWE app. They finally had an Android version.
They listened to us.
Yeah.
Weapon? Yeah, right. They listened to us. But I still didn't like it because they still had a whole pretty much fuck you to iPhone users. I would pretty much like them to do iPhone and Android in the same show. That would make more sense. Right. Because a lot of people use Apple, a lot of people use Android. I think it's like it's fair to say about 50-50. So I mean, they shouldn't do 1 week and then the other week, because then I guess they're reaching out to the elderly or people that are watching WWE, like older people that don't know really how to use this stuff. I mean, there's somebody sitting there with a fucking iPhone this week and watched last week's Raw, and it's like watching, all right, how do I download this app? And it's like, you go to the Android Play Store, and he's like, oh, fuck. And like, the elderly person's fucked because he can't download the app now. Yeah, that was it for me. But then there are two more things. I'm sick of JBL. Is anyone else sick of JBL here? Just before I go on?
Yeah.
Really?
I love JBL.
Okay, this is what pisses me off.
I actually
about
do.
JBL.
I love him on commentary, too. I think they should... I'm a huge Jerry Lawler fan, usually, but I'm so sick of him and Michael Cole that
Wait, you're a Jerry Lawler fan?
I used to be. I used to love Jerry Lawler.
Oh, you used to? Lately, though? Like,
no,
when was the
lately,
last time you loved Jerry Lawler?
Lately, Jerry Lawler, he had a heart attack and hasn't come out of it, according to me.
He had a heart attack 30 years ago, in my opinion. He's, I don't know, not 30, but he hasn't been good since, like,
he hasn't been good
2000.
since JR is with him. When JR is with him, and he hasn't been good since he switched from being a heel to being when he turned into a good announcer, a babyface announcer.
Yeah, that's when it went down.
That's when he went to crap. Jerry Lawler was good,
but JBL's awesome.
I love JBL.
Right. Listen, this is what pisses me off about JBL. I do like how he's a jackass on Monday Night Raw and, like, you know, talk shit about Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler. But this is what pisses me off. He would say something clever maybe once or twice, or maybe once, you know, twice is the highest I'll go, but then he'll say it week after week after week. I'm going to give you 3 examples. Wait, 3 or 2? I think it's like 2. But an example was when Ricardo Rodriguez was still with Alberto Del Rio. Every single time Ricardo Rodriguez would go, Alberto Del... You know, you get the point. But
I gotta get me one of them.
Yeah, he every single week. I love that guy. I gotta get me one of those every single fucking week. Now Fandango comes, and as soon as Summer Rae comes out, starts dancing. It's Mrs. Fandango. Every single fucking.
We're calling them the Fandangos.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You know what? I know what you're saying. His repetitiveness and his third-party repetitiveness is annoying. But I think we look past it because of how poor. Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler don't stick out anymore. They just suck. And and JBL adds other things that I can't give you an example right now. But if I watch all of Raw, there'll be about 5 to 10 things that he'll say that are like, you know, cool that he said that. But then you're right. There are those things that he says that are cliche.
But you guys know how commentary works in the WWE, right? Where they'll do their straight commentary when they're first getting the job. And then they'll find some buzzwords or buzz phrases, and then whoever's in charge, whoever's the director for the commentary, will say, "Hey, I liked when you said that last week. Say that again and again and again and again, so the new viewers can see it, so it gets cemented, so it becomes almost like a little catchphrase of yours, like Booker T with his shucky ducky quack quack. The first time he said that was hilarious, and it was right off the cuff, and Michael Cole lost his shit, and it was so fucking funny.
Right.
But obviously, I mean, he didn't say that every week because he was like, oh, good, it made Michael Cole laugh. Someone else in the back said, dude, that makes Michael Cole crack the fuck up. Say it, not too much, but bust it out every now and then, and it's going to be hilarious. And the same thing's true with Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, all of them. They'll say a buzzword, whether it's funny or whether it's effective or whether it gets people talking or it becomes a hashtag on Twitter. Someone in the back's going to tell them that was really funny. Do it until it's dead. And then, you know, so you can't really blame JBL for those things. His curse is that he's so good. He gets so many of those buzzwords that they tell him, okay, repeat this, because those worked, instead of just letting him fly.
Yeah. I don't know, mind him, but I have noticed that some people have been complaining about him, but at the same time, it's weird. It's like, why don't we complain about Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole before JBL? JBL's, I'm not worried about him right now. I'll worry about him next, but right now I'm really worried about Cole and JBL.
I want to see just Booker T and JBL doing commentary by themselves.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. They'd be smoking some weed together or something. Moving over. Let me cover some of these comments real quick. Let me see here.
Oh, okay.
WWE just broke out the news that CM Punk and The Miz are injured. The Dawn.
I knew he got hurt from that table spot.
The Dawn 8701. If that's real, kayfabe. Unless it's kayfabe, yeah. If it's real, then it's from that table, because I'm telling you, I've landed on a table like that, and that ain't right. But the middle of his back was towards the middle corner of the table, but I don't know. We'll see.
I hope it's not a back injury, because that's like a concussion where we're not going to see him for a while, if that's the case.
Right, but it's also good. This is reeks of kayfabe, though, because you got the bad guy, Big Show, injured The Miz. You got the bad guys injuring CM Punk. You know, I think it's kayfabe, to be honest, but because it was so close, it's almost like they planned this crap so they know the smarks are like, oh, shit, like he could have gotten really hurt. Or the other way around. Blake Rodriguez, do you guys think Goldust is going to return to the roster? Well, right now he has returned, basically, but he's being paid.
would love it if he was in regular competition in like 3 months from now when this angle dies down.
I hope so, but I think you're going to end up... What's going to happen is you're going to see Goldust. If he does sign again and stay with them, I mean, he's obviously got a contract here, or got a signing for something. If he was to stay regular, I think you'll see him in a lot of the smaller house shows and stuff like that, and maybe once in a while on Raw, maybe SmackDown. Champ2919, Joe, what the heck is the deal with Wade Barrett?
He's on vacation. He's been in the UK for a while. Yeah. I don't know if he's back or not, but I'm pretty sure, unless there's an injury I don't know about, literally he just got some time off. They didn't need him, and they were in the UK for a while. They left. He stayed there, and he'll be back whenever, you know, maybe after the next pay-per-view or something like that.
Yeah, he'll be back.
There's nothing keeping him off TV.
Right.
Nothing fishy.
He'll be back after Battlegrounds.
Joe, do you mind if I just finish with my little thing real quick? I'm so sorry. I just had like 2 more things to say, and I'm done.
I know, we really went off the rail there. Go ahead.
All right. So, oh shit, what was I just about to say? All right,
see, we did you.
But okay, this last thing. Every single title now in WWE is illegitimate to me. Now, let me tell you about the United States Championship and the Tag Team Championships with the Shield. Yes, there are number 1 contenders for the titles. But I think the whole thing that Triple H brought them in as his basic bodyguards kind of pisses me off, because this takes away from the whole title thing and just having like a little trophy to hold up their victory against, whoever they face, and for them not to like actually defend the titles or anything. Like, they did defend the titles at Night of Champions, but the thing that pisses me off is they take away from the championships and just, carry them around with them. That's pretty much it. They're passing off as Triple H's bodyguards right now.
Yeah, and they're trophies more than belts.
Exactly.
I think everything is like that right now. Every title, for the most part, is like, there's no titles. It's all about these storylines that are happening.
Exactly. And then the Intercontinental Championship it's Curtis Axel. And he's doing nothing. Like I said before, he's pretty much Ryback took away from Curtis Axel, which took away more from the Intercontinental Championship as it was before with Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel, at least at Night of Champions, had 2 freaking matches, defended the Intercontinental Championship, and then, bragged about it on the way to the ring, like held it with pride and stuff to go face CM Punk. But then you see him the next night on Raw with a freaking suit on, and then him just accompanying Paul Heyman while Ryback does Paul Heyman's dirty bidding for him, which I think is ridiculous, except for tonight where, they beat down CM Punk. But that was it. He didn't even carry the Intercontinental Championship belt out with him tonight, and now I thought that was pretty ridiculous. He should at least, hold it up or something. Now, the World Heavyweight Championship, Berto Del Rio isn't getting any mic time.
Yeah.
The best thing he does is have a match for about 20 minutes a show, and that's it. The best we got is him beating up Rob Van Dam on SmackDown last Friday, and that was pretty much it. He doesn't get any mic time. Nothing really adds to a storyline anymore. It's just pretty much him facing somebody for the championship and him eventually losing it. I don't know why WWE is still keeping him as champion if he's doing nothing at all. He's a total boring champion. No one wants to see him anymore, and that's it. And now there's not even a fucking WWE champion. Can you believe it?
Right.
It's not even a WWE champion. So every single belt is pretty much worthless right now in the WWE.
I have to disagree on the World Heavyweight, where although he's not doing anything for the belt, the title is pretty fair competition, and it's been contested pretty fairly, and everyone's had their fair shot at the title when they're supposed to get it, as in comparison to all the other belts. At least it's contested regularly, and there's an actual claim to who's champion and why. And
right.
The Divas as well. I'd say the Divas title is also contested fairly, and there's a reason that AJ is the Divas champion, and so on and so forth. But aside from that, aside from that, you're spot on.
I forgot about the Divas Championship. I don't really have a problem with the Divas Championship. The only thing I do have a problem with...
But it's the Divas Championship.
Yeah, it is the Divas Championship.
Right.
The only thing I do have a problem with is I like AJ Lee as a champion, first of all. I really like her as a champion. But the only thing is, there's no one for her to face, except for somebody from the Total Divas. Natalia, probably, but she would be boring as a champion. I like Caitlyn as a champion. I like AJ Lee as a champion. No one really on that roster. Think about it, though. The Funkadactyls, the Bella Twins, we've seen that before. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Right.
Then there was Natalia. She had she was the second Divas champion in history. Natalia's just a boring person. Then the heels, the Divas division that no one cares about, Oksana, Alicia Fox, and who's the other one? Layla. Layla had a boring Divas Championship run when she returned at Extreme Rules.
She came back and sucked.
Yeah, she came back pretty much and sucked. She pretty much just came back, said she was going to do great things in WWE, and pretty much just disappeared. And then Oksana...
She botched her way into oblivion.
Exactly. Oksana's career has been a huge joke. She pretty much just was Teddy Long's girlfriend for about 6 months.
Right. She
and
thought
Antonio Cesaro's girlfriend for 3 months.
Thought something big was going to happen, and then nothing happened with her. She just kind of is in the background.
She was great with Cesaro, too, in my opinion.
She came in with a bang.
Dust.
She came in surprising, and then all of a sudden it was just die.
And then Alicia Fox hasn't had a match in about... Well, she has had matches, but, they haven't...
Who cares?
Yeah,
I mean, they haven't, shed any spotlight on her at all. At least, Total Divas and Oksana and Layla are getting a little bit of time, whether it be on, main event or superstars. Alicia Fox, for about, a 6-month period, she has been in the back, just, waiting for someone to, give her a match or something. And I think it's really ironic how the... oh, wait, no. Forget it. I was going to say something.
Brad Boyven said he just twisted his ankle running to take a piss so I could get back to hurry so I didn't miss anything. So don't break your ankle, Brad.
We're not paying your medical bills.
Don't break it. Be careful.
Real quick about
Right.
the Divas title, I think one thing that would be awesome is if we have AJ tear through the Total Divas one by one, saying that they're just divas and she's an actual woman wrestler and she's trying to claim some legitimacy to the actual belt. And then you have Santina come out, and Santina beats her for the title and makes it into a big joke, and she goes insane because the title she worked so hard to make legitimate has been turned back into a joke.
Right. That's funny. That'd be good, though. I can't believe there's hate going on for Brock Lesnar. He's an unbelievable... He's one of the big guys that's actually entertaining to watch. I don't know.
He's an unbelievable athlete. Anyone who says that he's otherwise is insane.
Right, I think so too. All
He can
title
pull off a
holders-
shooting. I mean, maybe he botched the shooting star at WrestleMania, but watch any of the number of times he pulled it off successfully. And a guy of that size doing a shooting star press is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you guys talking about? I got kicked out for about 2 seconds by accident.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, you're just saying how Brock Lesnar was good. Why is Santino not on Raw? He was over. He is, but he's like that guy who. What happened to our 2 callers? They always used to call. I don't know if they listen anymore. What happened to what was the guy's name who I always talked to? He was like the first guy who would leave me voicemails.
Captain Big Ones.
No, the real guy, the Stefan. What happened to Stefan?
Oh wow, yeah, I forgot about him.
He used to call all the time. And what happened to the older guy who was a Randy Orton fan? I haven't heard from either one of those 2 guys in a long time. Maybe it's because we switched channels because of the strike and they didn't know where to find us. I think that's what it is.
Maybe they ordered Night of Champions and they're no longer
and
with
then they
us.
killed themselves. Yeah, that could be it.
Maybe they jumped off the building, right?
But Brad Boyven wrote that on Twitter, so you can tweet my Twitter at Joe Cronin Show. If you want to tweet my Twitter, here it is. Look at that. At Joe Cronin Show, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Go there and subscribe. Go to youtube.com/Joe Cronin, subscribe. Click the thumbs up button. Put that thumb right up my rectum. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Over 1,400 subs. I love it. 1.5 million views. We're rocking our balls off here. And let me tell you something. Somebody sent me a little bit of a criticism the other day. And I just wanted to I reacted to this in my State of the WWE, but I want to react to it again. I want to talk about this guy. I don't have the actual what he said written down here, but he said something to me like, "Get a job." That's basically the front of it. He said, "Get a job," and I don't remember what his name was, but you know who you are, you fucking piece of dog crap. Let me tell you something. I have a damn job. I work 45 hours a week. And then I work a part-time on top of that. And then I come on here and I do these things and actually make money on YouTube. So I'm making money all over the place, buddy. So listen, you want to keep writing me emails too, aside from the comment you posted on YouTube like it's not the same person? I know who you are because you misspell all the same words. There's a pattern going on here. I mean, it doesn't even take a mathematician to put the pattern together of the words that you misspell wrong, and you leave a comment at the same time of day every single damn day. So who is the real person that needs to get a fucking job? Could it be you? I think so. I think it could be. I think you could be the loser, and you could hate the fact that you're a loser. You could hate the fact that you suck at life. You could hate the fact that you're sucking at everything you're doing. You're not working. You're not in school. You're just sitting around trolling like a loser. So let me just step up to the plate and make a challenge to you. Because you told me you're in Connecticut and Boston sucks. Well, let me tell you something, my friend. I'll meet you on the border. I'll meet you in the pit hole shit stop of the entire country, Providence, Rhode Island. If you don't want to come to Boston, I'll meet you in Providence, Rhode Island, in the parking lot outside the Dunkin' Donuts Center. If you want to do it there, we'll do it. And I'll meet you out there, and I'll take my shirt off. You can take yours off, and I'll... Oh! And we can fucking get it on! We can get it on! You son of a bitch.
Is he gone?
I think so.
Oh, so can I be Joe for now?
Yeah, why don't you the show is yours.
All right. So, hey, guys.
The show isn't yours. The show is nobody's but mine. And right now we're talking about this son of a bitch who thinks that I can't get his IP address. And I don't think you'll make it to Providence, my friend. I don't think you'll make it because I just spent a few minutes looking at my phone over here to find out if you were online because I was going to call you. And you know I texted you and you didn't respond back because you're a pussy. You sit in your house all day and you wish that you had a YouTube site with 1,400 subscribers and you have none. You wish that you could sell t-shirts that say a slogan on them, but you don't even have a t-shirt. And I've sold 2 already. 2. Uno, dos. You're a loser. I'm a winner. You're pissed off about it. #fact. All right, let's move on.
So now I can see that you writing for WWE. I can see like Daniel Bryan coming out to the ring and going, "Listen, Randy, you call yourself a viper? Well, I'm a fucking king cobra, and I'm gonna bite your neck. And while I see you wallowing on the ground with the poison running down your veins, all I'm gonna be thinking about is your mother while I touch myself. Yes, yes."
That'd be good. I would actually
dildo.
I would really enjoy that. Yeah, I should have, man. I should have just gone right into Hulk Hogan. I should have just gone, well, you know something, dude. You know, Hulk Hogan, I just came out with an all-new supplement, dude. It's better than all the rest, dude. It's better than all the rest, brother. It'll get you hopped up. It's called Bulkamania, dude. It's going to be running wild through your penis until you ejaculate all over the woman of your choice, dude. Bulkamania is going to run wild all over the place, dude. You know, Hulk Hogan.
Woman of your choice.
Bulkamania, man. It would sell. I need to get on the phone with Hulk Hogan like yesterday and start selling Bulkamania nationwide.
You know, they
demand.
offered the George Foreman grill deal to Hulk Hogan, and he turned it down, and they gave it to George Foreman instead, and the rest is history.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I did know that, actually.
It would have been the Hulk Hogan grill. You should do a Hulk Hogan grill commercial
dude.
right now.
You gotta get a Hulk Hogan grill right now, brother. I'll tell you what, dude. It will kick your burgers like the fat. It will cook all the fat. You'll get as lean and as hard as Hulk Hogan, dude. It always goes back to the penis. You haven't noticed? My dog is losing her mind behind me right now. She hates the Hulk Hogan voice. Melly, come here. Watch this. Watch it. Melly, come here. Come here, baby. Come here.
Oh, God.
She's like, what are you doing to me? Watch this, though. She's going to be calm, right? Melly, look at the camera. Well, you know something, dude. You know Hulk Hogan's going to run wild, dude. He's going to go crazy. Like, she's running. She's ripping up, like, bottles and anything that's on the floor that she can find to rip up. She's just going crazy.
She's hulking up?
Yeah, when you do the voice, she just goes nuts. Let's take a phone call because I'm going to lose my mind. 612, we probably know it. But what's up? I've been ignoring all the phone calls and I took yours, so be amazed.
What's that, sir?
Oh, is this the Randy Orton fan?
I love Randy Orton, pal.
What's up, man?
Daniel Bryan, pal, you really think that cat is going to get it done, sir?
Well, you know what's funny is we had this conversation with you a while ago, and you said you didn't think he maybe had what it takes to get it done, and we kind of disagreed a little bit. We thought he did, and the more this goes on, it's still in the middle, but it's kind of I'm starting to think maybe he doesn't. I mean, I could see him with I think the point is he's going to get a run with the WWE title, and he's going to be doing the talk shows. He's going to be carrying the brand, carrying the title for a good amount of time, I would think, and that's my bet. Now, that may not happen, but, I mean, you can't go wrong with Randy Orton and what he's been doing as a heel. I'm just glad he's that way. Who's going to have the title first, though? Who do you think is going to win it? Do you think it's going to be Orton?
I love Randy Orton, pal, and you put your money on that cat. Just disappointed, pal, as far as storyline with Daniel Bryan. I think they're burying the kid.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're really hurting everything they had before from the fans with Daniel Bryan. They've really hurt it. It's been a detriment, and I think they're doing everything right with Randy Orton, but they're not handling the baby faces the right way, and they're handling the heels the right way. But they have a real problem with what to do with the baby faces right now. I think that's all around everything.
I'm scratching my head, pal. I can't believe the angle with Daniel Bryan, pal. It doesn't make any sense or what they're doing with that cat, because he's got all the talent in the world, but he ain't a main eventer, pal. He just ain't.
I mean, right now,
Curtis Axel, that's a face you can put on a poster, pal.
I got Curtis Axel's a face you can put on a poster, but not Daniel Bryan, you think?
Oh, hell yeah, pal. It's just Daniel Bryan, pal. I don't know where they're going. It's frustrating because it doesn't make any sense what they're doing with the kid. I think they're Vince McMahon and the powers that be are trying to bury that kid.
I mean, I don't think they're really trying to bury him. Like, I mean, they wanted to bury him. They'd bury him like Zack Ryder, you know.
How would you book Daniel Bryan right now?
Daniel Bryan, I'd put him back in Tampa Bay, Florida, sir, and
wow.
So be it, pal. I just I don't see where it's going. It's very, very, very confusing with Daniel Bryan, how they're booking it. You get the fan reaction. Okay, I'll give you that, pal. But where they're going, it's very, very confusing, pal. I just don't see Daniel Bryan main eventing a WrestleMania. If you guys can convince me of Daniel Bryan main eventing a WrestleMania, pal, sell that to me, pal. I don't see it. Not one bit, pal.
I still have hope that
I can sell it to you right now.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk.
Right. I was just going to say the same thing. Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk. That would sell it for me. Not for everybody, but for me, it would. And then you've got The Undertaker, then you've got Cena, whatever he does. And I mean, I think the problem is you have 3 different types of wrestling fans watching wrestling right now. Maybe 4. You've got the old school, the real old school. You've got the Attitude Era old school also. And then you've got the pre-PG newcomers. And then you've got the current PG watchers. And everybody's kind of into something different. So that's where WrestleMania kind of covers all those bases. And so I think that Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk will be an epic match, or could be an epic match. And if you saw that match, if you saw an unbelievable match between CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, like tables, unbelievable wrestling match, pulling out all the stops type of stuff, and it was for the WWE title, or not, I mean, would that put Daniel Bryan on the map for you, or is it all about how he looks?
Well, with Daniel Bryan, I guess Ric Flair, you remember the Nature Boy Ric Flair?
Right.
At that 2K video conference.
The Nature Boy!
He was laughing about Daniel Bryan. He said, "Hey, Daniel, I can't believe, I wrestled Bruiser Brody, Harley Race, Ray the Crippler Stevens. I can't believe you're up here on this stage." Ric Flair buried. He buried the cat, pal.
Well,
and it's unbelievable. They're
he's
still pushing this guy.
Right. I think Ric Flair's
the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, 16-time world champion, buried.
But you're gonna make me drink.
Yeah, you're gonna make me drink too. But Ric Flair, who cares? He's a drunk. I mean, he got JR fired. He buried Daniel Bryan. Who didn't he bury?
He kept saying like, "Oh, the Figure 4 never won me a match." I don't know why people keep saying.
But remember he said one move, one move. Yeah, Harley Race.
Right.
All move. All move, kid. One drop kick. But
I'll move.
I love the show, pal. Keep up the good work, but I just don't see that cat as a main event talent.
You could be right. The way things are going right now, you're looking a lot more right. Although, in a way, this is stupid because he continuously main events pay-per-views now, but that doesn't make any sense. He's main eventing him now. But in a way...
What's it, sir?
Yeah, right. He's main eventing now, you know what I mean? Daniel Bryan is. So, I mean... But you may be right in the long run that he falls from grace a little bit. But right now he is main eventing when we wondered if he could before. And, hey, he's had the title.
Oh, no, the kid, he can wrestle, pal. But as far as main eventing or WrestleMania, I don't see it, sir.
Right.
I really don't.
And you might be right.
That's all I got to say about that.
Thanks, man. Thanks for calling, and thanks for telling us you're still alive. We were wondering. We were like, where is he? All right, man.
Take care.
Have a good night, man. That's awesome that he called again. 407.
Joe?
What's up?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Hello, Randy Orton. I just wanted to say... No, that guy's awesome. I actually agree with a lot of stuff he said.
Oh, man. I love that guy, though. You're right. He does have a little weird obsession with what guys look like, though. It's a little concerning.
But I do agree with a lot of stuff that he did say. I mean, you can kind of see that Daniel Bryan is kind of like he's not quite there for some reason. But I love the guy.
Right. I think you're right. And it's something that WWE has done, something that they've done. Is it something that he's done? I mean, I don't know. It's just not all falling
missing
together.
That personal feud.
Could it be that we're going through WWE Battlegrounds right now, and it's the pay-per-views that just, I mean, it's not there. You know what?
Look how good his feud was with Cena. We're all forgetting about that. Him versus Cena, that personal feud, that was really, really good.
And if you're thinking about,
he was hyped that up.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I just want to tell everybody, if you're watching right now and you're thinking about going to bed, do not go to bed yet, because I'm going to waterboard myself in a little while.
With his own urine.
Awesome.
With preparation H in my own urine and who knows what. So in honor of GTA 5 being out, I am going to waterboard myself in the coming moments.
Made $8 million in a day.
Right. That was awesome, huh? Stuff looks great. Problem is I can't play games because my kid will come in and want to play everything. So now I have to like hide in the dark at like 2 a.m. and play GTA 5 in a dark corner. It's bad enough.
Get out of here! I'm playing Bukkake Waterboard.
Oh man, Bukkake Waterboard, huh? Wish there was a clear version of that on YouTube. That was so good. I remember I didn't see him say it at first. I just heard it and I was dying laughing. Oh man, all right. Let's move on. There's tons of phone calls that I ignored. I'm sorry. Oh, I hung up on him. 321. What's up? You're on. Joe Cronin Show. YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. All right. He hung up. Whatever. Okay. Close the phone lines. Closing the phone lines. Jaron, what you got?
Yeah, when you left earlier, I was gonna do like an impression of you. So I'm glad you came back before I give a really bad impression of you.
I think the problem is. Oh, hold on a second. I sniffed my Sharpie here.
All right.
Fuck yeah! Any kids out there? Sharpie,
Balls
king
haven't dropped yet,
size.
just watching this.
Balls haven't dropped. Grab a big Sharpie and smell it. It's fucking awesome. And then there's a trick, by the way. There's a trick. What you do is you don't just sit there sniffing the Sharpie. They'll pick up on that. What you do is you wipe it all across your index finger like this, like that, all across. You get a big black line, and then when you're in class, you put your hand over your mouth, and you kind of just rest your hand on your face and stare at the teacher. And the whole time you're like, and you're sniffing the shit out of your hand, and you get high.
You just draw a small rectangular mustache right beneath your nostrils.
Right. And you get
and then
high.
You can smell it all day. Yeah.
High as hell.
Do you guys want to actually hear my Joe Cronin impression though?
No. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I want to hear it.
All right. Are you ready for this? All right, guys. Welcome to the Joe Cronin Show 7.5. Tweet my Twitter at Joe Cronin Show. Backlash by the bio side. You can get it on iTunes. Backlash by the bio side.
I didn't
Tweet
actually
my
mention
Twitter at JoeCroninShow.com. Hashtag fact 7.5. I'm drinking, the girliest drink on the planet. Mike's Hard Lemonade. Mike's Hard Lemonade. It's hard like my penis.
That was pretty good. I've got a lot of catchphrases.
You didn't say dildo enough, but other than that, it was pretty spot on.
Right. And go check out Tommy C. from A Shot from the Point, the best hockey podcast in all the world. Tommy C. Look at that stupid bastard. He could only be from New York. YouTube.com/Shot from the Point. Best hockey podcast ever. What's up? Scott Farrell. I'm a piece of shit. I work for CBS Radio. What the fuck? The Pittsburgh Penguins, they blew it. What the fuck? All right.
The promo brought to you by Joe Cronin.
Yeah, right, man. Daniel Bryan, not a main eventer. 3 words, Ring of Honor. Well, I don't know. 978, what's up? Joe Cronin Show, you're on.
I'm sorry?
What's up, man?
Oh, no, not much. It's Brad, the kid that twisted his ankle running to take a piss.
Oh, nice. Good. I hope you're okay.
Get ice on that?
Yeah, I just wanted to say how I feel that I want to say the drunk guy that called up about 10 minutes ago, how he's very wrong about a lot of things.
The Randy Orton.
I completely disagree with him about the whole Randy Orton thing and everything else. Daniel Bryan is literally the face of WWE right now. Whether people want to believe it or not, he is.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's like we said, he's main eventing. I think his thing is he doesn't believe that, I guess that Daniel Bryan will ever main event a WrestleMania, and that he can't carry the torch, doing the media. They'll never be the man for, like John Cena is.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, John Cena's out of commission. He has a little problem with his little girly elbow. But John Cena was number one for how long? And it's about time it comes to an end. Randy Orton's whole ordeal with him going back to the legend killer phase, completely obscene, stupid.
Well,
Daniel, I like it. I'm a huge fan of Orton, but I think Daniel Bryan is a great wrestler. He's an amazing wrestler. He has everything it takes to be a champion, except he doesn't have the mic skills.
Yeah, that's my actual concern. He's worried about this physique and Daniel Bryan with this and that, and he's not over. My biggest legitimate beef, like you just said, is his actual mic skills and what he's going to say.
Because, he's absolutely horrible with the mic.
Right.
I disagree. He's not horrible.
I don't think he's horrible at the mic because he actually had a couple times where he cut some good promos on Cena. But he's also had a lot of... I'm not excited to hear him talk. I mean, for sure.
But what does he have to work with right now? He's speaking out against the corporation. There's really not much room for him to shine. I mean, granted, I guess you're right. If CM Punk was in this position, we'd probably hear a lot more cool shit. But how quickly did CM Punk and John Laurinaitis get old until even CM Punk ran out of bullshit to talk about with John Laurinaitis?
Brian will benefit from being in a wrestling match, like you said, a feud with someone personally. More than he benefits from this corporation stuff. It's almost like he's a lost soul. The fans are mad, he's lost, but then all he can come out and say is,
all he can come out and say is yes.
Yeah. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
Meanwhile,
yes.
we have CM Punk, who's the king at pipe bombs and putting everyone in their place.
Right.
I mean, I believe that Daniel Bryan is champion material, but he needs to do something with his mic skills. I mean, because, I don't understand where they're going with him.
Yeah.
He's an amazing wrestler. I said this on, I wrote a comment earlier on the YouTube page. I'm not sure, or was it Twitter? I don't know. I don't know what they're getting with them. Is he supposed to be the next Stone Cold, or is he supposed to be the next, not wrestler status. I mean, attitude-wise,
Right.
DX,
he doesn't have that
attitude. What they're getting with them.
He spray painted Randy Orton's car. You know what I mean? It was. We're not going to get that. We're going to get the version of Daniel Bryan's version of Stone Cold, which is not even close. It's not even like that. I'm telling you, I think this is going to end up being filler until John Cena comes back to carry the torch, which I didn't believe before, but now I'm starting to believe it the way they're treating him. They're just holding the ropes until John Cena comes back, which is depressing to me.
I mean, it's pretty sad when you have to wait for someone like John Cena to come back to make everything better, which is just ridiculous, because John Cena, I don't like him one bit. I'm from
They might do it with Sheamus,
I
too.
think he sucks.
Right.
Sheamus, I can't wait for his return. Now, I do have one quick question for you guys. Do you guys believe that the Big Show is going to finally snap and just wreak havoc all over the WWE, or no?
Yes.
He's at the numb point right now where he's just going through the motions and doesn't give a shit at this point.
Yeah, at some point he'll go berserk or something. Yeah, I think
it has to go one way or the other. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, but it's all about how long is this going to last for? How long is he going to be until WrestleMania? He's going to be like in this caged environment.
Big Show versus Triple H would be nice.
They've already talked about Big Show Triple H.
That would be amazing
for Hell in the Cell. So
yeah,
that'd be
I
my
mean,
guess.
I really, really want to see the Big Show beat the hell out of Triple H because ever since he cut his hair and was like, "Oh, I'm a big shot," the game just sucks.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
The only Big Show match I can get excited about would be him versus Triple H because it would be a satisfying match.
It would mean something,
the
right?
one time I'm rooting for the Big Shows for storyline purposes.
I don't care about him versus anybody else, really. Unless he's jumping off tables outside the ring on SmackDown. That was cool.
That's true.
But you do have to give the Big Show credit for a bigger guy in the WWE. The Great Khali, he sucks. He has nothing.
Yeah.
He has no reason to be in the WWE.
Fuck that guy.
But the Big Show can actually kind of wrestle, and he can kind of hold his own. Like that spear is just dirty. It's amazing.
Yeah,
he's put a lot of work into his wrestling over the years, and he's been doing it for a very, very long time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Great Khali is just a police
I used to watch him in WCW.
Yeah,
me too.
I mean, unfortunately, the only thing he's gotten better at wrestling, but his body is much worse. If he could do what he does now with the body of when he was in WCW, I mean,
oh, absolutely,
oh my
he'd be
God.
on top. He would be Triple H.
Yeah,
Well,
The
Triple
Great
H
Khali's
isn't a good
knees are made out of
wrestler,
popsicle
but-
sticks.
Yeah. He would be Brock, like how Brock Lesnar is not that big of a guy, but he's athletic, big.
Yeah,
athletic.
absolutely. I agree 100% with that.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for calling. And don't break your ankle again.
Hey, oh no, dude, it won't happen again.
All right, stick around.
Hey, have a good one, buddy.
Bye.
You just kiss him goodbye.
No, I made an ankle breaking sound.
Oh, okay.
I tried to. I can't do it. So Michael Smiley, I just want to comment on you, buddy, talking about how you have an awesome show or whatever, and that you're some kind of god. You keep talking about all these things that I'm flawed and you're not, and all these things, and you want to rant to me, buddy. Let me tell you something. You are flawed. You're the same as everybody else. You know what? Someone like you would get in the ring with me, and you know what I would do with you? There would be no spots. I'd tell you I was going to slam you and I was going to take it easy on you. But then you know what would happen? I would run your damn neck across the rope. It would be a blue rope, but the paint would come off on your neck, and I'd continue to rub your neck rigid across the rope, and the blue paint would all come off the rope across your neck, and then I'd continuously jerk right into the rope fast, back down into the turnbuckle pad, and your neck would rip open. Just like anybody else, you would start to bleed, and then you would slowly die in the ring as you bled to death. And you want to talk about smiling, buddy, but the only face I see is this. An unhappy face because somebody got a boo-boo at the hands of Joe Cronin. Hashtag fact. Hashtag kiss my ass. Mr. Smiley, go fuck yourself.
Joe Cronin's kiss my ass.
I just cut promos on anybody who wants to talk crap on Twitter.
What was that guy's name?
Mr. Smiley something. I didn't give away his real name because I don't even want to give him any kind of promo.
Smiley?
Yeah. It's Mr.
It's in the neighborhood of make-believe?
It's almost that exact words with some letters and a number thing, but I'm not.
Is it Norman Smiley?
It's not Norman Smiley, although he's up there too. But he's got a little unhappy face, Mr. Smiley boy. Gave him a little sad one. That's the look on his face.
We're going to get Norman Smiley on the show.
You come into the ring with a smile on your face, and you leave with an upside-down poopy face, with a frowny face. Don't you leave with that face? Go home so your mother can suck your dick again. It happens a lot, by the way, in real life where mothers molest their sons, and I think this is a clear-cut case of it. That's why you come in the ring with such a smile. Mommy gave you a little chubby before you came in the ring, but you left with semen and piss running down your pant leg, and you got to go home to Mommy and tell her about the bad accident you had at work today.
Wasn't that the beaver cleavage gimmick?
I didn't think about that. I didn't even think about that. Oh man, okay, guys. I think we've cut into the world enough. I don't know where else to go. SmackDown's going to be exciting. I think you got to watch SmackDown now because it's always important now. You know, it didn't used to be. Now it is. The Dawn 8701 said, Joe, you should wrestle and team up with CM Punk and make great pipe bombs. my WWE would never allow that to happen because I went to the same wrestling school as Kofi Kingston, and I think they learned their lesson. To be honest, I think they were like, we've had enough. Then again, John Cena went there too, so whatever. Dude, there would be so much. I wouldn't lay down pipe bombs. You know what I mean? I would lay down fucking explosions. I mean, like everywhere. I mean, there wouldn't be even pipe bombs. There would be fucking nuclear holocaust happening type of stuff, and they wouldn't be able to control me, and that's why I will never be in the WWE. By the way, if you go to WWE.com, you can see WCW photos you've never seen before, like Diamond Dallas Page, like Goldberg, like the Ultimate Warrior and Roddy Piper all standing together looking weird. Like, they all got the same look on their face, like, haha, the wrestlers run the show and this place is falling apart. They've all got the same look on their face.
This place has nuclear AIDS.
I have pizza AIDS. That was the greatest thing, by the way, when we called that person. Oh my god!
I want
man.
a pepperoni pizza inside me.
Let's go look at and just to go ahead sum up Raw tonight. Before we go, guys, I'm gonna almost sign off now. Thank you so much for joining us. YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Subscribe. Okay? And if I do get back into wrestling and I start touring around in indie promotion, maybe I'll come to a local arena near you and we'll sell some t-shirts that way. How about that? But Raw sucked. We all gave it a bad review, a bad rating. So didn't you. Put the thumb up my ass. Click the like button on the bottom of the video. Put that thumb up my rectum. You know you want to do it, even if you're not homo. You know, no homo. You can still do it. It's all fun and games until someone loses their virginity. You know, it's a lot of fun. So go ahead and do that. Subscribe to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. And also go on Twitter and tweet my Twitter at Joe Cronin Show on Twitter. Jaron was here. Thank you, Jaron.
No
Chris
problem.
was here. Thank you, Chris. And now I'm going to fucking waterboard myself because this is what I thought of Monday Night Raw tonight. Ah!
Is that human urine?
Hashtag dog shit.